Visit the brand new Sorgers Fun Park, now open, located right behind ARU on Quarry Road, Greenville.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
The new Pirates Cove Car Wash and Haviland Express Lube on Glen Burnie Road in New Bern is now open. Pirates Cove in New Bern is offering Fast Passes for $9.99 for new Fast Pass customers. You can visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and on East 10th Street. And have you heard? Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
Villa Verde on 10th Street, Greenville's only Dominican restaurant, now features a brand new lunch menu, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Choose from your favorites like the Villa Verde Burger, the Veggie Burger, the Cuban Sandwich, the Dominican Club, the Villa Wrap, the Vegetable Sandwich, the Big Papi Steak Sandwich, or create your own bowl, all with your choice of side and a drink for under $10. If you're looking for a high-quality, healthy, and affordable lunch, Villa Verde is your place. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Been pulled over for speeding and written a ticket? Then you need to call O'Neill's Speedometer Service in Greenville. O'Neill's can calibrate all vehicles for speeding tickets. All-wheel drives, no problem. 18-wheelers, no problem. Motorcycles, no problem. O'Neill's can also repair instrument gauges that have stopped working. Whether you drive a Ford or GMC, Greenville's trusted speedometer shop for over 30 years is O'Neill's. Call today for repairs or calibration work at 756-5050. O'Neill's Speedometer Service. Go Pirates!
Super Bowl 55 is on Pirate Radio.
Mahomes floats it, wide open, Kelsey, touchdown, Kansas City.
Tune in Sunday, February 7th as the Kansas City Chiefs face the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Brady shotgun snap, running back Watt, winds up, long pass down the near side, caught for a touchdown, falling in the end zone, Scotty Miller.
Catch all the action right here on Pirate Radio, your radio home for Super Bowl 55.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this one purple.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios and coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington, live online, PR927FM.com. You can find us on 1250, 930, and watch us on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Subscribe to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube and check out all of our programs. This show, The Brian Bailey Show, every Monday at noon. All of our videos there as well on Pirate Radio TV on YouTube. We got a big show for you today. Shirley Rhodes, Glenn Griffin, the big dog, producing today's program. And coming up in about 30 minutes, we'll talk to Double B, Brian Bailey. He'll join us on the Fixed NC Live line. Get you ready for Super Bowl 55. Talk about what's going on here locally as well. At 4 o'clock, Ronnie Woodward from the Daily Reflector was in Minges Coliseum on Saturday. He was at Clark LeClaire on Friday, so we'll talk some ECU baseball and basketball with Ronnie Woodward coming up in hour 2. The big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, will get you ready for your college basketball and NBA night and see if he's got any Super Bowl props for us here on a Monday. We'll talk to the big man on campus from Barstool Sports at around 4:35. And at 5 o'clock, Troy D will be here in the Pirate Radio studios, and we will talk to Big Ed Watkins, part of the Denny Hamlin team. They are getting ready for the Daytona 500 a couple of Sundays from now. Great year for Denny Hamlin last year. Finished just short of that elusive championship. Could this be the year? We'll talk to Big Ed Watkins about that. I want to ask Ed Watkins about the dirt at Bristol, and what that means for a pit crew as they prepare for a dirt track this year. I know a lot of NASCAR fans are excited and interested in that, so we'll talk some NASCAR coming up in hour 3 of today's show. Ellerbe joins me to kick things off here inside the Pirate Radio studios. Hello, Jonathan.
What's up, Cliff? Tell me more about this. Are they having a dirt track at Bristol this year? Is this
news to you?
That is breaking news. I'm gonna have to tune in to Big Ed to hear this update.
Yeah, they are putting dirt down at Bristol, and I'll see if I can pull up some pictures for you as they've already started to prepare. And they are going to throw dirt on the entire thing there.
And what number race is this? Because it's Daytona's the Super Bowl. We're in back-to-back Super Sundays here.
That's right. We got Super Bowl Sunday and then Super Bowl of NASCAR Sunday.
Right. So when is how far out is the Bristol race after Valentine's Day, which kicks off the NASCAR season?
That is a fantastic question, Ellerbe, and I'm going to have that answer for you.
I was trying to talk really slow.
How about March 28th? So you don't have to wait too long. It's the end of March when they will run the Food City Dirt Race at Bristol Motor Speedway.
I like this outside the box thinking. NASCAR, that could
something
be
different.
It could bring some viewers. Now, is that going to be a day race on a Sunday afternoon there, Clip Rock?
Ellerbe has a lot of questions, which I really like because I have all the answers. That is at 3:30 p.m. on Fox.
All right. Look, the big dog's got to comment on this.
I can't hear you. My headphones. Turn up my headphones.
I was going to tell you that when you mentioned the words dirt track at Bristol, I watched Ellerbe's face, and he did the blinking eye gif. It was the gif. It was the guy.
It was
like the gif of the guy that's blinking.
Oh,
like,
Ellerbe kind of looks like that guy.
I know
the famous. Do you know who we're talking about now, Ellerbe? I'll have to Google that up.
Someone send me a text to this guy.
The blinking, like, oh, what did you just say?
Yeah, it was very
it caught me off guard.
He was listening to everything was normal.
Thank you for listening.
And then you said dirt track at Bristol. And you're like, what?
It's such a long intro. I mean, being on Pirate Radio for so long, I was used to Troy D talking for the first 30 minutes of the show. But, when you said dirt track, I was just like, whoa.
It was the same reaction I had when I saw the picture. Because the images are...
There you go, Ellerbe. That's you right
That's
there.
Me right there.
You kind of look like the blinking guy, white guy blinking gif.
I wonder if I could, be a topper and, make more money than the blinking guy gif.
Glenn, you're very talented. You could probably somehow get a gif.
We could pretty much make that exact gif.
Okay, we need to do
that. That is our project this week. that and tracking down Big Buck McCluskey to get his.
Hadn't seen him in a while.
No, he's been MIA.
Yeah.
He could be in Tampa.
Oh, really?
You never know.
Speaking of Tampa, we're going to go out to the Fixed NC Live line and talk to a longtime guest on Pirate Radio, Eddie King. Some folks may remember his name, some folks may not, but he is a sports handicapper. He actually lives in Tampa. He has some involvement with the NFL now with some business dealings, but he'll give us the lowdown on what the Super Bowl city is like and, of course, any prop bets and who he likes in the game on Sunday, as the Chiefs right now, I guess, are a 3-point favorite there, Clip Brock.
Yeah, and you were mentioning that you caught Tony Dunn and I's chat from Friday this morning on Pirate Radio, which is always a bit dated. Not as much when we get into kind of the off season, but over the weekend, huge trade in the NFL. Matthew Stafford is a Lion, or was a Lion. He is now a Ram. Jared Goff is now a Lion. And Robert on Facebook Live throwing out some other quarterback carousel possibilities. Derek Carr to the Colts, Deshaun Watson to the Raiders. I don't know, Robert. I can't believe, Robert, aren't you my Dustin Pedroia guy? That every time Mike Mullins is on the show, you say, ask Mully about Dustin Pedroia. The former AL MVP retired today, as I steal one news headline from Shirley Rhodes' news desk. Shirley, you got anything else as we get started here today we need to know about on the Shirley Rhodes news desk?
Well, I've got... let's see.
She's got lots of notes there.
I got a lot of notes here. First of all, let's start off with your Braves.
The Braves?
The Braves.
What did the Braves do?
They hired Hall of Famer Chipper Jones. They've added Chipper to the coaching staff.
The Braves hired Chipper Jones?
Yes.
Okay. That's weird because that's the news to me.
That just came out just moments ago. So.
Oh, okay. All right. A couple minutes ago.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Did you just fact check, Shirley?
I hadn't heard that. I did not.
Yes,
that is news to me.
So I figured I'd start that off, put you in a good mood.
All right.
You know.
What's Chipper's real first name?
Larry Wayne.
That's right, Larry.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just one of those. It's like
I didn't know that,
what's Tiger Woods' real first name?
Eldrick.
And his middle name is go ahead, Shirley.
Okay.
Fact check that clip.
All right.
I want to remember it without looking it up.
And as you just mentioned, Dustin Pedroia has decided to retire after 17 years with the Red Sox. So even though he has not played since 2019, he was hoping to come back. I didn't realize he had partial knee replacement because of all the lingering knee issues he had over the years. But it sucks because I love Petey as a Red Sox fan.
Yeah.
He was a lot of fun to watch. To see the little guy smash one over the big monster, or the green monster. Teddy Bruschi, you remember that name? If he played for the Patriots in the NFL. He has now accepted a position to be the senior advisor to the head football coach for Arizona football, which, by the way, that head football coach's name is Jed Fish. Teddy Bruschi.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. Teddy Bruschi is an Arizona alum.
He is part of Desert Swarm.
Yep. So he has returned to
Fish
his alma
is a
mater.
Patriots guy.
Well,
is he?
He's a former Patriots assistant.
Okay.
Did you get? I'm sure you got Sports Illustrated.
I used to get Sports
like
Illustrated
back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember the cover with
when Arizona was going to win the national title?
Yeah,
yeah.
And Bruschi was on that cover.
Was that him?
That was like mid '90s.
I do remember that. Yes.
The Desert Swarm. I want to say it was.
Sorry, Shirley, to keep interrupting your sports desk.
It actually said rock solid. Arizona is number one.
Yeah,
it's a big Teddy there.
And they tanked that year.
Yeah, they weren't any good.
I bet on them. I think it was like in college.
Oh, Ellerbe, talking a little gambling.
And
is that your last bet you ever played?
Look up what year was that. Look up what
like
year
94,
was. Because
maybe.
it was some weird deal. They opened up on the road or opened up somewhere on AstroTurf, and they got their rear-ended handed to them. Like their defense was supposed to be incredible.
Yeah.
And it was like
And you got that Sports Illustrated. You're like, oh, I'm all in on these guys.
I wasn't the only one all in. You know, a group of young guys in a fraternity house had the lock of the year, and I believe Arizona got just smoked or didn't cover the spread something early.
And they they finished the year 8-4, and they barely beat Georgia Tech to start the year. I don't know if that was so. They were probably big favorites in that game, I guess.
Yes,
Ellerbe remembers it well.
And I remember that Sports Illustrated cover, and I remember getting smoked betting on the Wildcats that day.
All right,
in 1994.
Good stuff. All right, Shirley, what else you got?
On the ECU side, of course, ECU has officially announced Chris Foster as the new running backs coach. We talked about this, that it was pretty much all but a done deal, but it was made official today. Of course, he was the running backs coach previously from Georgia Southern, so we have one more addition to Mike Houston's staff. And as a matter of fact, this just came out just a couple of minutes ago as well. You remember Josie Haji Badri? Yes, of course, had entered the transfer portal. He has just announced that he has committed to Western Michigan.
All right.
So he's headed that way. So some ECU news there.
Broncos?
Yeah. What?
I believe.
Yes.
Is that right?
Row the
Broncos?
boat.
Okay. All right.
That's the original Row the Boat of, what's our boy's name? PJ Fleck. That's how he kind of made him famous that year.
Ah, okay. All right. Now I have a couple of
stats to consider.
So we're gonna start with the one that took place over the weekend, which is an NBA news. The Memphis Grizzlies had an ECU tie over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Ja Morant passed ECU great Blue Edwards on the Grizzlies' all-time assist list with 528. So you got to think about how long it has taken for someone to pass Blue Edwards on that list.
It was like 19th on the list. Though.
Yeah. It wasn't the top, but it's taken him what? It's still taking him a while.
Ja Morant's third year.
No, it's his second year in the NBA.
Yeah, but it also Blue Edwards played a lot of time with the Utah Jazz too. So I wonder how many years he played with the Grizzlies.
That's a good point. Good point.
So I mean, let's not but incredible that the guy in 2 years has gotten over 530 assists.
Yeah. So there's that stat to consider.
Just a stat to consider.
And I was considering it and just throwing in a little bit more.
Yeah.
Ellerbe's got a lot of questions and input today. I like it.
Coming up this weekend, it'll be the annual Battle of the Blues, North Carolina and Duke. The stat to consider is Saturday will be the first time the two teams will play with neither of them ranked in the AP poll since February 27th of 1960.
Couple of bums.
And that snaps the streak at 153 games between those two.
ECU's involved in a ranked game this week.
Yep,
North Carolina and Duke are not.
Yes, yep, that's Wednesday. Right. Coming up on Wednesday, number 6, Houston. And the final one is we've talked about prop bets for the Super Bowl and what they look like, but as of this morning, the largest prop bet as far as money-wise goes for the Super Bowl was on the coin flip. Somebody laid down $5,000 for the coin flip to land on heads.
Oh wow! We'll talk about that with Wager McGee. He's a big tails guy, and he has science behind it and conspiracies. So we'll talk about that Wednesday. The prop queen, Ariel Epstein, will join us Tuesday on the show.
Speaking of ranked basketball games, if you remember back during football season, we had the suddenly scheduled game between BYU and Coastal. Right?
Yeah.
We kind of have the same thing in basketball now.
What we got?
We have Gonzaga this Saturday coming to Tennessee.
Nice.
Rick Barnes is not a good person.
This is commentary.
Yes. We have them. We had number 1 Gonzaga coming on the road to number 11 Tennessee as a sudden schedule change because Kentucky cannot go this weekend.
Fun. Weren't they supposed to play earlier this year and it got...
Yep,
okay.
Yep. So it's gotten rescheduled, and Gonzaga, number 1, that's willing to go all the way across the country in the middle of drop of a hat's notice.
They'll beat Tennessee down.
Danny White getting it done as AD at Tennessee.
Already.
Good call. Scheduling changes, baby.
I mean,
already.
He is earning his $1.8 million just like that. Boom.
Speaking of not good people, Louisville is beating Georgia Tech 48-32 right now, currently in college basketball.
Who's not a good person at Louisville?
Well, they're fine now because Chris Mack, former coach at Xavier, is a great guy. But just the Louisville program, Papa John, the whole crew.
I got to be honest. When I went up there for the regional, I didn't like the campus.
All right, not a good campus.
I thought it was mostly concrete.
Well, yeah, not a lot kind of fake, right? Like AstroTurf.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of real green grass and like what you would think of a college town. You would think that there's like trees and
Louisville's not a college town.
The no grass.
But you would think like the Louisville area maybe would be not that way. But
it's about the ponies up there, big dog.
I won money at the track, baby, that day.
I know, but the track. I mean, the track is greater than Louisville. I mean,
sure, yeah.
I mean. Come on. 86 Denny Crum. I mean, now Louisville got in the Big East and ACC and have gotten better in football. And basketball has always been.
But the basketball
Purvis Ellison.
The Young Center is away from campus.
Oh, I know. It's downtown.
Downtown, yeah.
If Rick Barnes went to Louisville, would that be your worst case scenario?
That would be a not good person with a program that we qualify as not good here.
That should be a topic one day when it's not Super Bowl week, Clip Brock, is 3 coaches and a school that would make it the worst school ever.
Oh, wow. Well, see, Louisville tried to do that with Petrino, and whoever their scumbag baseball coach was. We'll call it the Louisville discussion.
Yeah. And there you go. Throw that out there.
All right, Shirley, see if you can hook up our guest. We managed to go the 15 minutes without talking about another pair of ECU basketball losses. 0-12 now, Ellerbe.
On to the next game, Clip Brock.
On to Cincinnati. I wish we were playing Cincinnati next. Instead of Houston.
Yeah, Houston. What do you think the point spread is going to be for Wednesday's game?
Guess the line. Let's go Houston by 18.5.
That low?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's way too low.
Okay.
I would go at least 25. At least Houston by. I mean, they're the number 6 team in the country.
I know who they are, but I know how lines are set. What did you think the Tulsa spread was going to be on Saturday?
I thought that
you didn't think it was going to be 2.5 by tip-off, did you?
No, who was the game before Tulsa, though? That was the lock of the year, the Memphis game.
Yeah.
It was like 7.5.
Well, UCF was before that.
We were coming off like 15 days or whatever. Yeah, it's just not good. Hopefully the Pirates won't get completely crushed.
All right, let's get our guest in.
Let's go out to the Fixed NC Live line to Tampa. Welcome back, old friend to the program, Eddie King. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Ellerbe, I am doing great. Thank you for having me on.
Man, you are a man. We've had you on Pirate Radio for many years. You're a great sports handicapper, and now you've been living in Tampa for quite some time, and it's the home of Super Bowl 55. Set the scene for us in this weird year for a Super Bowl of what it's like to live in the city that's hosting it.
I mean, you're right. This is, this has been a crazy year all around, for sports, for everything. And, to have the Super Bowl hosted in your city is one thing, right? But then to have the home team playing in that same Super Bowl is absolutely nuts. And you can imagine, Tampa's starving for a championship in football. They could have made a triple play this year, right? All they needed was the baseball. But they're starving. And I mean, the town's crazy. The Super Bowl events have already started. It's nuts. Everywhere you go is, go Bucks, Bucks, Bucks. It's crazy.
Now, Eddie I know Florida is more open than most other states, but I know the teams aren't coming in early or anything. I mean, obviously Tampa's already there, but what sort of events are they having, and how are they handling crowds for these events?
Well, the events, most of them, obviously, in Super Bowls past, all the events are indoors. The concerts, the Super Bowl experience. All the different gatherings. This year they're outdoors. I mean, the Super Bowl experience is outdoors. It's already sold out. You have to buy tickets because obviously it's limited to the amount of people they can have. And all the other events are going to be outdoors. And obviously, again, it's limited. And you got to mask up. It's just the logical thing to do. But they're going to have, I think it's about 22,000 people are going to be in the stadium, 16,000 people who paid ridiculous amounts of money for tickets, and then 6,000, frontline workers that the NFL are bringing in to say thank you to.
What's tickets going for on the secondary market down there?
Let's put it this way: you and I are going to be sitting at home watching it. Upper decks in the top corner of the end zone. I'm not talking like the first level. I'm talking about upper decks. I think the minimum that I saw was $8,000.
Wow, that is crazy.
Lower level is $25,000.
Me and Clip are on the way, Eddie King. I guess if we can crash at your place, we can.
That'll take down some of the expense.
Maybe we can all go in together and then get one ticket.
Well, yeah. Maybe we, listen. You guys can crash here. We'll watch it on my couch. But to be honest, there are no hotels here either. All the hotels are. I don't know how that happened, but they're all sold out. Obviously, the capacity is limited all around, but. As we get closer, it's going to be nuttier. No matter where you go here, you go to the supermarket, you go to Publix, everything is Buccaneers. I mean, Buccaneers banners all over the place, and it's exciting. I'm not a Buccaneers fan, you know that. But it's exciting. It's exciting.
Eddie, the line has sat at 3 right now. Chiefs -3, and as we get closer to the kickoff, what do you think that line looks like? Also, total right now at 56. So, what do you think about those two numbers as we sit here, still a few days away?
I don't think you're going to see much of a change. I think it's going to stay at 3. I think I'm looking at the total. I got 56.5 right now, but. I can't see it going anywhere else. It's not going to go up. I think you're going to get, pretty even money bet on both sides. I mean, this is not much. Again, it really, the home team factor has got to come into play. And you said it, right when we started talking, is that the Buccaneers are here already. The Chiefs are still not here. They won't get here until, I think, Friday. If I'm not mistaken, they get here 2 days before the game, so it's maybe late Thursday, but Friday for sure. So it's obviously, this is a big advantage for Tampa Bay. But I don't see the line changing.
Eddie, what's your best bets for the Super Bowl? Do you like the game? Do you like the over/under? Any props? What's Eddie King's best bets for Super Bowl 55 coming up on Sunday?
I see Tampa Bay. God, I hate to say this because you know how I feel about Tom Brady. I'm a Jets fan. I just can't help myself. But I almost am at the point where I can't bet against the Buccaneers and I can't bet against Brady. There's been the 21st Super Bowl in this new century that we're in, and he's played in 10 of them, which is unheard of. We're never going to see this again. And I just can't bet against Tampa Bay, and I have my reasoning for it. If you'd like to know, my reasoning is this: the Chiefs, they were here that one game. They won 27-24. They absolutely destroyed Tampa in the first quarter. I think Tyreek Hill had 200-plus receiving yards. Mahomes went off the hook for 400 and something yards passing. But Tampa made it a close game at the end. And I think what Tampa really needs to do is, the receivers on Kansas City, right? It's the speed factor. Every while they're why they're so fast is because you can't give a guy like Tyreek Hill 10 yards off the line of scrimmage and expect this guy not to run by you. They're gonna get up there. They're gonna be physical with them at the line to slow these guys down, to slow the timing down. They got to keep Kelsey in check. I like Tampa plus the 3 points. The over and under. I think it's going to be close. I think Tampa. I'm predicting Tampa wins this game. I'm going to say 31-23.
All right, you like the Bucs outright plus the points. Any prop bets that you love to bet on the Super Bowl this Sunday?
Yeah, I always like to bet on a few prop bets. There are some good ones out there. The over/under on Travis Kelce catches, I think, is 6.5. Off the top of my head, I would take the over on that. I think Leonard Fournette rushing yards, he's going to go over. Tampa did a pretty smart thing this year. They kept kind of Fournette in mothballs. And, they let Ronald Jones get beat up, and Fournette's he's looking pretty fresh in the playoffs.
Eddie, you live down in Tampa. We're talking to Eddie King on the Fixed NC Live line. You're also doing some work with the NFL. You've kind of hooked up with the NFL alumni. And tell us what business opportunities you're working with on them.
Yeah, well, my company is IntelliCard USA. It's IntelliCardUSA.com, and thank you for the shameless plug there, Ellerbe. We are basically, we design and create digital cards to allow people to share their information easier, faster, better, and obviously with COVID safer, contactless information exchange. And we just partnered with the NFL alumni to be their official membership card. So, 3,000 ex-players are going to have our digital card, so they can share their information. Obviously, they can text it, email it, or scan it. We're doing some great things. I'm going to be heading down into the city in a couple of days to meet with Beasley Reese, who's the CEO, and just sit down and talk. And, we're moving forward and just to get together. But, this is exciting. It's exciting for me as a company. And, I've been doing this now for 4 years. I started in February of 2017, and, it's a lot of hard work. I mean, we started with one card, my card, and now we're over 7,000 customers. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but 7,000 customers is a lot.
Good stuff, Eddie, and I guess you can get hooked up with all those former NFL players, and we can get them on here on Pirate Radio. Start talking to them here soon, I guess.
Yeah, listen, I got guys, I can get you Lee Woodall on there, and, he's got a card. We got Bart Oates, he has a card. I get you Fred Baxter and another Super Bowl champion. And, listen, I'm more than happy to get some of these guys on. Even my good friend Quintus McDonald, who played for Penn State and the Colts, he actually lives in Raleigh. I could get him on there, and I'm sure they'd love it. These are some great football guys. But it's exciting. My son Matthew wanted me to say hello to you, Ellerbe, because he's obviously listening, and my other son Josh, and I even have a friend in Australia who's listening to the show right now.
We're all over the place. Eddie, always good catching up with you. Appreciate your Super Bowl pick today. We'll be following that to see if the Bucs outright plays, and maybe reconnect with you next week and see how that works out. And good luck with your business in Tampa, and stay out of trouble down there this Super Bowl week. Don't let her read about you in the headlines down there.
Hey, man, listen, when they said this COVID thing started and they started talking about self-isolation and quarantining, I said, hey, listen, I'm in good practice. I've been self-isolating and quarantining for 20 years, so I'm okay.
That's good. That is very true. Eddie, talk to you soon. Stay safe, my friend.
You guys got it. Enjoy the game. Take care. Thanks for having me.
Eddie King.
Eddie King. I like the Kelsey prop as well there. I think he has a big game on Sunday.
Yeah, I do. What do you agree with the King, Eddie?
Well, we got a Pirate Radio live bet going on. Troy D and I have the Chiefs -3. Troy has the Bucks +3.
Well, that definitely throws a kink into Eddie King's plans right there. I don't know if he knew that Troy D jumped on jumping on. I mean, Troy D defending Coach K, jumping on Brady. Not much has changed, huh?
I don't have a really strong feeling either way. I think it's going to. I love the matchup.
Do you think it's going to be a close game?
I have the Chiefs by a touchdown. But yeah, I mean, it should go back and forth. Should be a lot of offense. I think it's going to be a fun game.
I wonder how much of the home home team being in their own city and all that has to play with it.
I mean, the Chiefs already won in that building against that team this year.
And it's not, the crowd's not going to be the same. I think they're kind of used to it at this point. So I think I heard Tom Brady say earlier this week that it's not really about the experience in the game as much as it is about preparing for this week. I mean, everybody has experience of playing in the Super Bowl for the most part, a lot of the key figures of coaches and players. But I just hope that it comes. I always tell this because I really hadn't had a rooting interest much in the last few playoff rounds, but that one of those two quarterbacks has the ball with 2 minutes to go with a chance to win the game. I mean, that to me, in the year of COVID and everything else, would be a blockbuster finish for the National Football League.
And at what point does the NFL stop testing or stop releasing results? Like, are they really going to keep testing and say that one of these guys is out on Thursday? Like, I don't know. I just... Because that is a huge factor in this, too. Can these guys stay isolated and stay away from people and keep those tests negative heading into this game?
And the other aspect, too, is, and you saw a little bit of it, but the awkwardness and strangeness of the post-game interviews when they do the MVP and the teams celebrate, because usually a lot of families come on the field, and a lot of interesting dynamics of what will happen after the game.
Well, you remember the World Series, Ellerbe, Justin Turner, he was pulled from the game, right, because of a positive test, and then he's, partying on the field with his teammates and all the family. So I think after the game, they just say, screw it, and party.
They just you do whatever you want.
Yeah, and I guess it's CBS, right?
Yeah.
So will it be Jim Nantz on the podium?
And Tony Romo.
And Roma in masks, giving out the awards.
Well, they did it where the reporter stood away from them, and it seemed like, at least in the NFC championship game. I didn't stay up late to watch the AFC championship.
I saw the clip of Mike Evans. He was going off the field after the game, and somebody on the staff told him, hey, there's a ceremony. He was like, a ceremony? I'm not used to this. Like, it was his first time winning anything really in the NFL. So, all right, good stuff, Ellerbe. What's your official prediction for the Super Bowl?
I'm going Chiefs. I'm going Chiefs by 10.
All right, Chiefs by 10.
I don't think my dream scenario is going to happen. I think the Chiefs are I think they're the better team. I just think they have more firepower. I'm
a little concerned as the Chiefs better on the about the Bucks defense. They have been awesome during the stretch.
Yeah, but I mean, and can it be Super Brady? If Brady throws interceptions like he did in the NFC Championship game, I think the Chiefs will make him pay.
Yeah.
So that's just something to watch. I just feel I'm going Mahomes over Brady in this one.
All right, good stuff, Ellerbe. Enjoyed it.
Week.
Happy a great Super Sunday. We'll take a timeout, come back, talk to Double B. Brian Bailey had a great Super Bowl edition of the Brian Bailey Show. We'll rehash that for you and talk more sports with Double B when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
PR927FM.com is the Pirate Nation's home to stream Pirate Radio live or archived anytime.
Wade Minter, when you think of bubble and you think of the situation the NHL's in now where they're playing in home cities, what's your preference and how do you think this thing works out in 2021?
Yeah, the bubble concept worked really well for the NBA, the NWSL, the NHL. The folks who ended their season in bubbles last year ran it as a completely top-notch operation. I mean, everyone did a great job with that. I think if you're looking at playing a full season, the bubble is really not tenable because you're asking the players to leave their families for 4, 5, 6 months.
PR927FM.com, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and if you're looking for a local florist to help make your loved one's day, then you need Farmville Flower Basket and Gifts. Farmville Flower Basket has gifts and high-quality fresh flower arrangements from big to small and everything in between. They deliver to most of Pitt County, or you can pick up at their shop on Main Street in Farmville. Place your Valentine's order today at 753-4217. Farmville Flower Basket and Gifts, your hometown gift shop.
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones today from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys offer more than physical therapy.
Oh, yes, absolutely. We have more than therapy services, and, we have a lot, but a lot of people don't know that we offer personal training and even health coaching services. We have personal trainers that will actually come right to your home, do a personalized workout plan with you, and our health coaches will help you meet goals and solve problems for those health challenges you wanted to solve but just haven't had a chance to get to yet. Hey, to learn about our packages and deals, you can go right to our website at kptonline.com.
Got big dreams for your small business? You're not alone. The Gavigan Agency Insurance Services is a growing business too. That's why they work with Nationwide, the #1 small total business insurer in the U.S. Nationwide can help protect and grow your business so you can focus on making your small business dreams come true. Give the Gavigan Agency Insurance Services a call today at 252-756-1400. Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio. Subject to underwriting guidelines, review, and approval.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Let us help you get back to business.
This is Donald Stocks
and Justin Judge of PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
We're ready to assist your business with branded PPE. Would you like face masks with your logo? We can do that. Plus custom social distancing signage.
Now is the time to ramp up your marketing efforts. Whether it's cutting edge, contactless, touchless marketing, or traditional direct mail, we can do it all.
We are PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
In studio today with Candy Cane, also known as Stephen Asby to his friends and family. Why do you go to F3?
Man, I go to F3 for so many reasons. We kind of talk about the three pieces. We talk about the fitness, which is really important. Second, the fellowship. And I find so many guys, me included for many years, really struggle with deep relationships with other dudes. And then the faith part. You realize how many guys absolutely need it, and sometimes they don't know.
One letter, one number, F3. Learn more today at f3enc.com.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, offense coordinator for ECU football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you think you might have been exposed to COVID-19? Do you think your employees might have been exposed? ArcPoint Labs of Greenville offers same-day COVID-19 results. No referral is needed, and same-day results are available. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville is located across from Vidant Hospital on Executive Circle behind Southern Bank, and you can call for an appointment or just walk in. ArcPoint Labs of Greenville, 215-5688 or arcpointlabs.com. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, mentioned Gonzaga earlier in the show. Just John Rothstein tweeting out their non-conference schedule for next year. Already includes Texas Tech, Arizona, Washington, at Texas, Louisville, Providence, Oklahoma State in the Empire Classic. And it was just announced that they will play Duke on the day after Thanksgiving in Las Vegas. So the Zags do what they do. They load up their non-conference schedule. They usually win a lot of those games and then just steamroll the competition in conference play. They will play Duke the day after Thanksgiving coming up later this calendar year. All right, let's head out to the Fixed NC Live Line. Awesome edition of the Brian Bailey Show earlier today at noon. If you missed it, you can catch it at 6. But Bailey had a special ECU Super Bowl edition of the show with C.J. Wilson and Vontae Leach. And Bailey really enjoyed those interviews earlier today.
I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Those guys have been, friends now for a long time, and just to share some of their stories and their success. I hadn't heard some of the stories because, when they come around, we're used to talking Pirate football or something like that. So I thought it went really, really well, and just to hear what it's like to play in a game like that and to build up and that kind of thing.
Well, Vontae talked a lot about the game because he had some stats in the game. C.J. Wilson was talking about meeting Owen Wilson and Chuck Liddell, came up to him after the game and congratulated him. So CJ, from a small town in eastern North Carolina, he got caught up in the lights of it all too, Bailey. It was funny to hear.
And I shared the story during the show with Robert Jones. I talked to him a couple weeks ago on the show, and he was saying the same time.
Oh yeah,
he was just amazed at all the stars and seeing everybody, and of course Robert got to do it 3 times. So I mean that's something that hardly anybody gets a chance to do. So.
Well, Bailey, what's your early take on Super Bowl 55? I think you said earlier today you were still on the fence. When are you going to get off the fence and make a pick in this game?
I think I'm kind of leaning toward Tampa Bay just because of their defense and the Brady factor. I think you combine those two, and I think sometimes you get teams that Kansas City's had so much success, and I think they're really, really good. But maybe Brady wants it more because he knows he's not going to. This may be his last hurrah. It may not be his last hurrah, but I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's 2 really, really good teams. I've enjoyed watching both of them play. It's funny during the season. Obviously, we all have our favorite teams, but there are also other teams that you just like to watch. And I didn't like Andy Reid obviously when he was with the Eagles, but when he got to Kansas City, I like old Andy Reid. So I like Pat Mahomes a lot. Love to watch him play, and some of the just the talented players out there. And when Gronk went to Tampa Bay with Brady, all of a sudden that was fun to watch. Sunday in and Sunday out. So I think it's gonna be a good game.
Brian Bailey joining us. The quarterback battle is fantastic. You've got the greatest of all time and the greatest quarterback playing right now in Mahomes and Brady. And Bailey, it's a quarterback league. We saw it over the weekend. It's going to be a wild offseason when it comes to quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford is now a Ram. Jared Goff is a Lion. And we were talking about it Friday with Tony Dunn. You got to see what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson. But my team, Washington, has quarterback issues right now. I don't know who their starter is going to be in September. And Dak Prescott's a free agent. I mean, the Cowboys could franchise him again. They could give him a long-term deal, or they could go a different direction. I mean, what about your team and their quarterback? Is it going to be Dak next year?
I think it will be Dak, but let me tell you this. I would trade Dak tomorrow if I got what the Lions did with Stafford in a heartbeat. I would take all of the riches. I thought that was crazy what all went down in that trade. So I would do that in a New York minute.
I guess Washington, I read they were offering this year's first rounder and some additional picks, but they didn't offer the bounty, I guess, that the Rams offered. But I don't know. I'm kind of either way. I've just been a fan of a team without a quarterback for so long. I don't even regret what Washington gave up for RG3 because that year was so much fun. He was a rookie of the year. They won the division, and yeah, it didn't work out. He got hurt, but if you got a chance to get a quarterback, I'd go all in. If Washington wants to give up, 3 first rounders for Deshaun Watson, I'd do it right now.
Would you do it for Dak?
Not that many, but I'd go. You know what? I'd give up. Yes, I give up 2 first rounders for Dak Prescott. You want to take that?
For real?
And then we'll talk to our owners.
I'll take the 2 first rounders and the 3rd rounder, but you don't have a quarterback to throw in there like Jared Goff.
Hey, did you see Taylor Heineke in that playoff game?
I don't want any of that trash that Washington football team has. Now I'll take Goff in that deal.
I wonder how many times
I just think
Jerry Jones has said what you just said, though, Bailey. I don't want none of that Washington trash on my team.
That's right. That's what I feel about it.
But I tend to I hear you in one sense that you're really going all in, but at the same time, if you don't have a quarterback, I mean, you don't have anything in the NFL. So,
but the Rams have a quarterback.
Well, yeah, they really fell out of love with Jared Goff quick. Sean McVay
quickly.
did.
Yeah, quickly. I don't know what happened with that, but I mean, he's not. He's better than anything Washington has. I mean, that's for sure.
What does that mean? What are we talking about right now?
Because you got trash quarterbacks. I'm saying Jared Goff's a lot better than anybody.
That's not a debate.
Except for Dak.
Nobody's debating.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're yelling about right now. Brian Bailey.
I just like to yell.
Brian Bailey. I guess you hadn't, Melissa won't let you yell at her, and you hadn't yelled at Bell in a while, so you're taking it out on me? Is that what's going on?
Let me tell you something. If you want to stay married, the other day, this is funny. The other day, I was just saying something, and I put my finger up and pointed my finger. I thought she was going to bite the daggone thing off.
Don't
be putting your finger in my face. And it wasn't like I was saying you do this or that. I just have it up for emphasis. And that was the last time I'll do that.
Yep. Well, hey, look, lesson learned.
Pull back a nub.
Thank you, Bailey, for taking the bullet for all of us guys. There's a lesson for you guys. Don't point the finger.
There is. I've got lots of lessons. That should be a whole different show.
All right, Bailey. ECU basketball, another game, another loss. They were only down 2 at halftime. They were right there in that game against Tulsa. It was a pretty good game, but the Golden Hurricane pull away late. It was great to see Jaden Gardner back in full Jaden Gardner form. He had a good performance, but did not get a ton of help on Saturday. And 0-12, the number now for ECU men's and women's basketball in 2021, Bailey.
Boy, that's really saying something, and especially when you look at the women. I mean, they're 3-0 at one point, and they're thinking like, hey, they're thinking at-large bid in the NCAA women's tournament. They're thinking, we're going to finish in the top 3 or 4 in this league. It's a tough league. UConn's not there anymore, but still, there's some good teams in there, and they've really, gone down to shoot. And then, Pirate men, I think they've got some talent. I think that they're a lot better than they have been, but they just can't get over the hump. And then, COVID hits, and you don't have your coach for 2 weeks, and you don't have, it just seemed like what Coach Dooley says, it's so much rhythm in basketball, especially offensively, and they just, down the stretch, they couldn't get anybody to make a basket. And if Jaden didn't make it, they weren't going to make one. And at some point, the defense understands that. And you're right. The one positive from that game is that Jaden Gardner looks like he's the Jaden Gardner of old, and that's really, really a good sign. But Tristan Newton's got to get going. They do it in flashes, but they don't. Traymont's probably the closest thing, and he's played really, really well the last couple of games. But they just seem like, and it's been like that with Pirate basketball a lot through the years. That you get into crunch time, and there's not someone that can score for you.
Yeah.
And Jaden can do that, but when they're all over him, somebody else has got to step up. I think that's what we saw.
Bailey, I think back to the Joe Dooley introductory press conference. He talked about the games that you're within 5 with 5 minutes, or you're down 3 with 3 minutes, and can you win those games? And the last 2 games, UCF and Tulsa, you had those scenarios, and those almost hurt worse than the ones against Memphis when you're never in it. The ones you got a shot to win, and Pirates just can't win the tight ones right now.
Yeah, and the fact that when you look at no crowds, because I really think that teams like East Carolina, they just really feed off of that, and they don't have a lot of experience winning games. Obviously, this is a program that's been down for so long, but I really think they miss all the people there. And even when Minji's Coliseum is not sold out, which it rarely has been through the years in basketball, it's still a great atmosphere. It's still really loud, and I just think that that helps out too. But I know Joe Dooley has said it a couple of times. We're not in this thing for excuses. We're in this thing to win games, and we got to win them.
Brian Bailey joining us, Double B. John Rothstein tweeting out just a few seconds ago. This is kind of a no news is good news situation, I guess, but he says the ACC tournament is planning to be played as scheduled in Greensboro with no amendments per ACC senior commissioner. The league will have obvious protocols in place for COVID-19, but moving forward as planned with its conference tournament. So look, things can change within the hour, but at least as of now, they're planning on having a conference tournament there in Greensboro. It might be without Brian Bailey this year, though, but we'll see about that, right?
It probably will be, from what it sounds like. I'm a little surprised at that, because I really didn't think in this age they would bring that many teams to Greensboro for the tournament. I really thought they were going to back it down and maybe just bring the top 8 or the top, even the top 4, just to have, semifinals one day and finals the next day. Or, I think the main reason to have the tournament, if you're not going to have fans, the main reason for the tournament obviously is a moneymaker for the league. But if you're not going to have fans there, the one big thing is that teams that are on the bubble can play their way into the NCAA tournament. But, I don't know. So maybe you bring the top 8 and see. But if you're going to bring everybody, then everybody's got a chance, which is, I guess, what everybody wants. All other teams want to play, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But, rarely do those teams that play on Tuesday make it all the way to Friday or Saturday.
Bailey, we had Jennifer Gillikin on the show Friday, the head volleyball coach out at D.H. Conley, and talked about, going through a season with COVID and getting the games in and getting a championship in. And I asked her, when you do that, does it give you and the ADs the confidence that you can get through, basketball and then football and baseball? And she's optimistic about it, that we got through it. Basketball, there's been some postponements, but games are being played. And how about you, Bailey? Is it starting to feel, as more games go along, that we might be able to get through this high school football athletic year and baseball and everything, softball, or do you still have concerns about that?
I've got big concerns, because I think that, in our business, for what we do on a nightly basis, it's like, you can write your schedule out, and then you have to start texting and calling coaches to see if anybody's playing. And we try to cover, boys and girls, basketball, and especially with the girls, you try to find, the teams that are battling for first place in the conference, or the really good teams around the area. And like the Farmville Central, you want to showcase them, but sometimes they'll have the game scheduled, and the girls won't play, and the guys will, or the guys won't play, and the girls will. And sometimes they won't play anything, because everything's postponed. And the schedule, they reschedule games, and maybe the Max Preps and some of those other places don't get the schedule right. So then you don't know if they're when they're playing. Farmville Central's got a good one coming up on Wednesday, which is a late ad, so that'll be good.
Mm-hmm.
It's really difficult, and I think the same thing's going to be with football. We're going to get in here on a Friday early and start calling schools and saying, hey, you guys still good? Everything good? So I think you're going to have some postponements there, too.
Talking to Double B, Brian Bailey on the Fixed NC Live line. Once again, great edition of the Brian Bailey Show. If you missed it at noon, make sure you check it out coming up at 6 o'clock. C.J. Wilson and Vontae Leach talking a little ECU football and also their Super Bowl memories, and also, I guess, Vontae's memories of being an intern at Channel 9, right, Bailey?
Yeah. I tell you what, he was one terrible intern.
Hey, you didn't say that when he was on the show.
You're daggone right I did. No, he was fine. He was. It's funny because different players or not different interns have different reasons for wanting to intern. I think he just needed a grade. He was fine.
I did catch on to when he talked about all the work he had to do for you. You laughed for about 2 minutes straight.
Yeah, I was rolling in that one, because between him and Kevin Miller, there were 2 interns that came in that played football that they kind of just looked around and, and they asked a question or two. But, yeah, Vontae, he did more work on that radio show today than he did in a whole semester interning with me.
Awesome interviews with C.J. Wilson and Vontae Leach. Check them out at 6 on the Brian Bailey Show. Double B, appreciate you joining us, man.
Anytime, man.
There he is, Brian Bailey, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. All right, what do we need to do? We need to take another break real quick. We will come back. Got the big dog Glenn Griffin the day after the Royal Rumble at some point today. We'll might get a little wrestling talk in here. More to go on Pirate Radio Live. We'll be back with you after this.
You don't need a big meeting. You don't need a birthday. You don't need any excuse at all. You just need to love subs. Times 12. Order the Jersey Mike's catering box today. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. Tired of cooking at home? Change it up without getting up. Just order Jersey Mike's through our app for no contact delivery or no contact at the door pickup. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Have you heard the news? American Airlines is back and has resumed service at Pitt Greenville Airport. Reservations are available now at aa.com. Whether you're flying for business or for pleasure, enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport to get you where you're going and then home again safely. For your next trip, remember, American Airlines is back at PGV. Book today at aa.com. Pitt Greenville Airport, where the pirates fly.
North Carolina state parks are now open for visitors. Parks should be used for exercise, fresh air, getting out in nature, or a day trip as the state safely reopens. Visitors should enjoy themselves, but please remember the 3 W's. Wear face coverings, wait 6 feet apart, and wash your hands often. Focus on moving through the park, keep social distancing in mind, and avoid large groups. While most facilities and activities will be open, please contact any state park before your visit with questions or visit ncparks.gov/open.
Humana is proud to serve veterans. If you've recently turned 65 or become Medicare eligible, Humana would be proud to help you with your Medicare decisions or any questions that may arise. Let an agent assist you now to determine which Humana Medicare plan may best serve you. Humana can teach you about health plans, which will provide you with the access to products and programs to help support a healthy life. Humana is proud to be the National Medicare Advantage Plan provider to the veterans of foreign wars.
This is Denise Walker. Call me today at 434-531-5674 to get a no-cost, no-obligation Medicare benefits review.
Looking for your next career opportunity? How about some extra cash to help pay for school? Your locally owned and operated Dixon Foods McDonald's is hiring, and they would love to have you as part of the McFamily. They offer flexible hours, competitive pay, and financial support to pursue your education through McDonald's Archways to Opportunity program. Come join the family at McDonald's. Don't let this financial opportunity pass you by. Please visit DixonFoods.com to apply.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
This is Stephen Igo, publisher of HoistTheColors.net. Recruiting is the lifeblood of any college sports program, and no one devotes more coverage to the future of ECU athletics than Hoist the Colors. Want to know who's going to be the next Holt Nailers or Jaden Gardner? We've got all the inside scoop on the Pirates' most talented recruits and top targets 24/7. Sign up now and get your first month of coverage for a single $1. HoistTheColors.net, the most reliable reporting on ECU athletics.
Hi, this is Brian Meador from East Carolina Athletics. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Well, listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, Shirley Rhodes. Little Orioles news. Looks like they have traded Alex Cobb to the Angels. And,
okay, what did they get in return?
Well, good question. I believe they got a prospect, and that prospect is Jahmai Jones, 23, Angels second rounder in 2015. Did make his debut in 2020. Number 7 prospect for the Angels per MLB Pipeline. Played second base and outfield. I saw last week that there was some chatter about the Braves potentially going after Boom Boom, Trey Mancini, but have not seen anything since then. So Orioles still in rebuild mode. You might see them try to trade off a lot of their veterans here to just get younger and hopefully get better in the future.
Well, there's also I'll give it to you in just a minute. There's also another thing to look at too is and this concerns a former ECU baseball pitcher who's now playing for the Cincinnati Reds, and that's Jeff Hoffman. There has been a lot of chatter that he is potentially slated to be that fifth starter in that rotation for the Reds, which is something that he hasn't really had with the Rockies. He was kind of coming off, he was in the bullpen, he was in relief most of the time.
Kind of do spot starts sometimes.
Yeah, spot
call him
starts,
up.
yeah. So, and of course, calling him up, sending him back down, calling him back up. I think with the Reds, you might get a little bit more consistency out of him. So we'll see what he can do with that opportunity.
Yeah, and he's listed as that in the rotation, along with Sonny Gray, Luis Castillo. So they've got some talent there on the Reds. They have done quite a bit to try to become a factor there in the NL Central, which got a lot better over the weekend when the Cardinals added Nolan Arenado. I was not a fan of that happening. I was hoping he'd go to the American League or potentially to my Braves. Neither one of those things happened. What's up, Glenn?
I was going to ask you, I saw a thread earlier today about Justin Turner being a target for the Braves as a replacement for Ozuna, and they kind of slot into the left field and allowed, I guess, Austin Riley would go to third.
Well, Turner would play third and Riley would play in the outfield.
Yeah, I had it backwards.
I'd rather just have Ozuna, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like Ozuna's a better fit. Justin Turner's so good in the playoffs, though.
I know. But is he good because he's got all those guys around him? And
I don't know, man. I feel like he makes winning plays down that third base line.
And he looks like Heath Slater. That would be cool.
Yeah, he's a cool-looking
He
cat.
looks just like Heath Slater. Nobody can tell me
Speaking
otherwise.
of, rest in peace to one Dustin
Slater.
Diamond.
Wow. Okay, you went a long ways there, but you're saying, speaking of Slater?
You were saying Slater as in like...
yeah. Okay, I was just making sure I knew how you got
I was going Slater to...
Dustin Diamond, a.k.a. Samuel Powers, a.k.a. Screech, passing away today. And surely, of course, we did our Saved by the Bell trivia, so we are all Saved by the Bell super fans around here. And, hated to see that news. Died of cancer today. So, we got to take a time out. As we do, Glenn, let's briefly get your thoughts. Edge, the 2021 WrestleMania winner, came out first, lasted the entire Royal Rumble match, which was, almost an hour?
Yep.
And had a great spot at the end.
Him and Randy did stuff. Randy Orton did stuff for the entire hour because Randy Orton was number 2.
Orton came back in the ring late and thought it was going to be him winning it, but
some screw job action.
That was great, man. The kudos to WWE. I hadn't watched in forever.
They booked a good show last night, man. Top to bottom.
They swerved me, Glenn. They worked me at the end of that match.
Who does Edge challenge?
That was my question for you.
Well, the big dog has 1 belt. Roman has 1 belt. And you could do spear v. spear, I suppose.
Yeah. And the other champion is Drew McIntyre, who's a face, right? So.
Yeah, so that doesn't work. So you got to probably do Edge v. Roman.
Yeah.
I guess. And then maybe you get like some edging, because Christian was in the Rumble
he
last night.
Good too.
He had a good run. So maybe you do ENC one last time against Roman and somebody. I don't know.
All right.
It's an idea.
I might actually watch tonight along with Hoops. So
it was a good show, man. And in the past, I feel like we've had good shows, and then it just goes off the railings come Monday night.
Yeah.
But the key to watching WWE is you don't watch it. If that makes sense.
You don't watch it, you just watch the big events?
Yeah, you just watch big shows. You check in every once in a while. You can't watch it week to week because the inconsistency would just drive you mad. The picking up and stopping of storylines, things that are illogical happening, that stuff would just drive you nuts. So you're just better off to watch the big 4. The Royal Rumble, the SummerSlam, Mania, and maybe a Money in the Bank or a Survivor Series or something like that.
All right.
You just check in every once in a while.
Well, that's been my path here of late. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back and talk to Ronnie Woodward, Daily Reflector. He joins us inside the Pirate Radio studios when we return after this.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Blake Hardigree with ECU Baseball. I want to invite you to join our team on Saturday, February 13th virtually for our 2021 Pirate Baseball Banquet. Our keynote speakers are former ECU players Alec Burleson and Bryant Packard. We will have an auction through the Handbid app starting at noon on Saturday, February 6th and closing on Saturday, February 13th at 6 p.m. All proceeds from the banquet will go directly to ECU Baseball. Check ECU Baseball social media for the links and get your tickets today. We look forward to having you. Go Pirates!
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
This is Dr. Chris Hasty with Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center. For more than 35 years, we've been taking care of the student athletes at East Carolina University. We are happy to have received the designation of official team physicians from the university. Whether you need assistance with a sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, my colleagues and I are here to help. For more information, please contact us at 757-2663 or visit our website at orthoeast.com.
They say nothing in life is free. Well, we're here to tell you they're wrong. Because when you switch to US Cellular, you can get the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. That's right, the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G has launched and you can get it for free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular. Terms and conditions apply. See store or uscellular.com for details.
Does the idea of going to your local U.S. Cellular store make you feel a bit uncomfortable? Tired of the hassle of waiting and wearing a mask? Let Toby Williams and his outside sales team take away that worry. They will come right to your home or office and drop your phone off on the porch or at the front desk for you. Saving you time and worry is what the team at Cellular Warehouse is all about. Call Toby today at 252-799-7051 and let them help you with all of your wireless needs. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
Hi, this is Billy Parker from Parker's Barbecue. I am so excited to announce a brand new menu item now available at all Parker's locations. Come in for our delicious new boneless wings. Our wings are fresh, hand-cut, right there in the store. Never frozen, and our wings are big. Try them tossed in one of our signature sauces, sweet red barbecue sauce or barbecue honey mustard. Get a boneless wing bag for less than $5. That includes 6 boneless wings with hush puppies and corn sticks. Parker's Barbecue, a homemade tradition for over 50 years.
This is Mark Washington with Max Sports Performance at Max Fitness. Our facility has reopened and is following all safety protocols. The best thing you can do to strengthen your immune system is, of course, to work out and exercise on a regular basis. I can assist you as your performance coach. You can also enjoy the benefits of a private facility. Avoid the crowds and work out at Max Fitness. Now is the time to get healthy. Max Fitness, just off Highway 43 in the old Ace Hardware Building behind Speedway in Greenville. Call me, Mark Washington, 902-4877.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs, 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville, across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Greenville Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs, and you can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation, and GUC matches all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Barat.
Alrighty, thank you, Shirley Rhodes, Big Dog, Glenn Griffin, also producing today's program, and Ronnie Woodward joining us inside the Pirate Radio studios. Hello, Ronnie.
What's up?
So you came in here and you said, if you hadn't looked this up, don't look it up.
Yeah.
You've got the odds to win the national championship in football for 2021 going into 22. And so we're going to do an exercise here.
Okay.
To tell you, I guess, how easy it is to determine these. You
Can
told
I
me.
comment on something real quick, by the way?
Yeah, good.
Not related. Is that a Rockford Peaches hat?
Oh, yeah. Shirley's Rockford Peaches hat.
Buzz City there for Glenn. I like your gray lid.
We are.
Man, y'all are
great hat collection today in the Pirate Radio
I'm
studios.
feeling Shirley wins, though.
Shirley wins with the
Rockford
peaches. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, so you told me to write down, at least go top 5.
Yeah, because then after that, there's 3 teams that are tied with the same odds.
All
Or
right.
we could go the full 8 if you really wanted to, but 5 makes sense.
I think I can name the top 5 in no order, but so the Clemson Alabama thing is curious to me because everybody's losing their quarterback. Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma has their quarterback coming back. I don't know about Ian Book, but I haven't heard anything with him in the draft, so I guess he's coming back. So anyway, don't tell
He
me.
played in the Senior Bowl. Did he?
Oh crap! Never
think
mind.
so.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he played in the Senior Bowl.
Okay. All right. Well, I
So
might
I'll
be
help you
wrong
out
there. National champion. Well, I would go Clemson, I guess.
Okay.
Would be number 1 because they have that all-world quarterback, and they've got Ross. What's his name? Justin Ross, the receiver's coming back. And Alabama's losing a whole lot, but I got Clemson, Bama at the top with Ohio State, Oklahoma because they got their quarterback coming back, and I put Notre Dame because I thought Ian Book might be coming back. I didn't know his status. So
Yeah, Notre Dame is wrong.
okay, so
But-
who's the fifth? Is it another SEC team in the top 5?
Yeah, you missed one, which this team's always they're gonna go
Florida?
9-2, and they're gonna finish like 10th. Georgia.
Oh yeah,
Every
yeah.
year.
I don't know how
they're
did I
like,
forget.
oh,
about
they're
them.
gonna be so good.
Yeah, I should have got it.
And they end up losing to Alabama or Florida, whoever, and they lose a few games. But I guess maybe they're supposed to be good next year. But I'll help you out at the top here and let you remix things if you want. So there's one favorite, and then the second betting favorite is tied, 2 teams.
Well, first of all,
So you kind of know what 3 those are.
Alabama,
What order do you
Clemson,
think?
Ohio State.
Yeah. So Alabama's the favorite alone. at
It should be
9-5.
Clemson. Give me Clemson. What's Clemson
9-2.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take Clemson.
Clemson and Ohio State 9-2 are tied. Georgia's 6-1. Oklahoma's 8-1.
Yeah.
There's your top 5.
So I got Miss Notre Dame for
Notre Dame for Georgia. Otherwise, you're on it.
Yeah.
And then the next 3 are tied. A&M,
Yeah.
ISU, I'm assuming is Iowa State,
Okay.
and LSU. Then you get into some of those: Notre Dame, Carolina, Florida, Iowa, Michigan, Penn State, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
60-1. You got a whole Cincinnati's way down at 201 with this other group.
Well, it's hard to win a championship when you're not allowed to participate.
Well, they play Notre Dame, and we talked about this. Who is it? It's a Big Ten team. Iowa, somebody early. Michigan, I don't know. They play a Big Ten team and Notre Dame both on the road next year. But they're 201 with Arizona State, Indiana. I think it might be Indiana, actually, that they play.
Yeah,
And
sounds
Notre
right.
Dame. Missouri, Auburn, Nebraska. Nebraska? Really?
I mean, good grief.
Utah. So the Vegas is definitely not expecting undefeated Cincinnati next year.
Yeah.
Judging by that. Or people could cash in at 201 on some undefeated Cincinnati.
The top 25 preseasons and the recruiting rankings, none of it ever really changes.
And the other thing to mention here, which I think affects the Cincinnati, not to go all playoff mode and all that, but this is the odds to win the championship. And there's going to be odds that are probably to make the playoff. I bet Cincinnati is a lot higher. But Cincinnati really going to win the championship? Probably not.
No.
Not over those 3 that we've already mentioned.
So who's Alabama's next QB? Some 5-star
I
kid?
don't know. Yeah, I'm going to guess so. I think actually I've read that, he played some this year. He's really good. Whoever the, I don't know how old he was, maybe, but there you go.
I just know that Clemson has a guy ready to go that, nearly beat. They had an amazing performance.
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
It's supposed to be really good.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm sure he is. So. Yeah. All right, anyway, there's your football talk.
You were on it. I figured you could get it.
How
Georgia
about,
is the one.
Yeah,
you know what they're going to do.
I should have got that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have either because it's like, I don't know. I'm kind of over the Georgia thing.
I said that. Did I say it to you or somebody else that I've heard this before. I'm not buying into Georgia.
Yeah.
And just, I'm done.
I'll buy A&M at this point over Georgia. I'm just kind of.
Well, I didn't say them because they're losing their quarterback.
Yeah.
Mond.
But I think Jimbo's kind of figured that. I think he's got that thing rolling that they're just stacking talent on top of talent now.
So he's earning his contract there?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, just judging by the last few years, and if they're another top 5 type team, I'm just kind of sick of the Georgia thing. I don't know.
All right.
Same page there.
Ronnie, ECU is sick of losing.
Man.
In basketball and women's basketball. Well, that's all that's going on right now. Baseball can't get here soon enough. Yeah. We'll start with hoops. Pirates lose to Tulsa on Saturday, 77-68. Once again, ECU's in the game for the entire game and has an opportunity to pull the upset and just can't get it done down the stretch. And the Pirates get a big outing from Jaden Gardner, 26 points, 8 rebounds. Ronnie, you called it efficient, which it was. You almost wish that Gardner would touch the ball more and have more shots. I think he was 11 of 16 from the field.
16, yep.
I mean, go ahead and give him 25 attempts. But that was kind of the story for ECU. A lot of Jaden Gardner and not a whole lot of help for him on Saturday against Tulsa.
Yeah, it was. There's a telling sequence in the game. I'm trying to pull it up now. ECU went up. Yep, here it was. ECU went up 54-53. Gardner had gotten to the line a lot, kind of surged them, and they really hadn't led. They hadn't led the whole second half, so that was about 10 minutes left. Dooley immediately took Gardner out, and Tulsa scored 6 straight points. He had to put Gardner back in, so he got a breather for a minute maybe. He
played 37 minutes, so that was one of the minutes he was not on the court.
He was not playing. Yeah. Yep. And so they went down 5 because they gave up 6 straight points and went right back down. Gardner gave them the lead. They tied it at 61. Gardner hit a jumper, went up 63-61, and then that was their last lead. So it's just, it's tough, because you got to give him a rest every now and then. But I liked, honestly, that call. I remember there was a game last year. I don't remember who it was. It was a league game. The same thing happened. Gardner was having one of those games. It might have been the SMU game, honestly. They took the lead. It was kind of a good spot where you could tell, let's give him a breather.
You try to give him a breather through a TV timeout, basically, and extend it a little bit.
You're winning, whatever, and bring him back. And they clearly tried to do that and 6-0 run in 1 minute. And then Dooley's hand was kind of forced. So I got to put Gardner back in. This game's slipping away. Gardner leads him back. J.J. Miles hit a big shot in there. And then Tulsa closes strong. So the complementary pieces just aren't consistent enough. And Tremont Robinson-White has been scoring pretty well lately, but his turnovers, I had it in a story I worked on today. He has 10 assists, I think it is, in the last 4 games and 15 turnovers.
5 on Saturday. Team had 13. So, again, that's not a big number, but when one guy has 5 and he's your point guard, that is a big number.
That's not good, so I can pull it up here. Robinson White in the last 4 games has 15 total turnovers and 10 assists. He's been scoring well, but when he has the ball that much and is scoring that much, he's turning it over. Tristan Newton, 2 of the last 4 games he's played hasn't scored.
Yeah, just 16 minutes. And is he trying to get back into shape, or he's in a funk right now?
He is. Yeah, he's not shooting. He was 0 for 2 from 3-point range. And another noticeable thing with Newton. In the second half, when Brandon Suggs fouled out, Newton had been on the bench. He turned the ball over earlier in the half, and they sent in Miles James to play the rest of the games. It was Miles James in there, and you had Newton on the bench voluntarily, or not voluntarily, but coach's decision or whatever, and Suggs on the bench fouled out. So I just think the backcourt, I don't know, isn't meshing, isn't consistent, just isn't kind of providing that support. And they're trying. And I asked Joe Dooley about Newton after the game, and he said he's frustrated. But what we just talked about, so there's a fine line between you want to give him confidence, but you're trying to win the game. So if he's not playing well, you can't. They had to have him on the bench for part of it.
Earlier in the season, when ECU was winning, you were getting like 10, 5, and 3 from Batumba Baruti.
Baruti, yep.
On Saturday, in 27 minutes, you get 1, 2, and 1.
Yeah.
And Ofer from the field. Again, early in the season, in December, whatever, he was. I don't know. He was like your third guy out there, providing some points and filling the stat sheet. And if you had just look at and Newton as well, if you got anything from Newton and Baruti on Saturday, you win this game against Tulsa.
Yeah, I think that's huge. I mean, just the point totals. Newton didn't score. Baruti had 1 point. So 2 of your 5 starters, you got one combined point from, and that's just not going to work. That's not going to happen. And beat a solid team like Tulsa. I mean, they're right there in the upper third of the league, really. So, all that said, they had a shot. Like we said, I mean, it was tied with like 4 minutes to go. Tulsa closed the game on a 12-3 run, wins by 9 points. So, I don't know. I think they're searching for answers for sure. I mean, we were a month ago asking, like, what's up with Jaden Gardner? That's why this team isn't winning. Gardner had been defended a lot. Now Gardner's hit his stride a little bit, and we're saying, what's up with the other players? Just the consistency factor, I think, across the board is what they've been lacking, especially lately.
Since losing to Tulsa on December 29th, Houston has won their games by 14. They beat Wichita State by 7, 21, 17, 27, 17, 23, 22. I mean, good grief.
And now number 5 in the country.
Number 5 in the country. They steamroll ECU even when they're not number 5 in the country. Like, Houston has been... Well, ECU's pulled some upsets on teams the last few years. Houston has not been one of them.
No, Cincinnati, SMU.
Temple, I guess, if you want to throw them up there.
Some of those teams. But, Houston has been...
going back to Rob Gray and even before then, they just win by 20-plus.
Yeah.
Quite often against the Pirates.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I'm kind of personally excited to some extent to see them play Wednesday. I don't even think I've watched them on TV.
When's the last time you've seen a top 5 team in person, Ron?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. That Wichita State game.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, 4 or 5 years ago, and I didn't even cover that one. I watched it on TV. I think that's when Castleberry might have still been covering the team. But yeah, I mean
Glenn, did you? I watched the game with a former intern, Robbie Walsh. Were you with us that game in the Clip Brock seat?
I hung out with you before the game.
Oh, and then
I went
pictures
and covered the game.
Yeah,
there
okay. It was me, Robbie, Tony Dunn. That was a fun one.
It was a fun night,
and it was a great atmosphere until Wichita State started balling.
Stormed. Yeah. And I listened to Brian Bailey earlier with you. I think there's something to the fans thing, too.
That's a recipe for an upset in Minges.
Yeah. And when you take the fans out, I mean, I've said it time and time again, actually being in the Coliseum to go to these games, it's like a pickup game. Mm-hmm. It's like a scrimmage. It's a pickup game. There's not a lot of just outside, or there's no outside energy. So, that works. It's like, if me, you, Glenn, and like 2 other dudes who kind of know basketball but aren't that great just went over to like the rec center one day and just played on like the good court. Like at pickup games, there's like the good court, the dudes who are just messing around, like whatever. Like we would get ran. Like if it was they're basically playing pickup basketball.
Ronnie, we would get ran on the just messing around.
Whatever. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like,
what if we had a packed house that was behind us? Could we stay in the game?
Well, maybe.
We are all very old. You're going over to the college courts and going to try to run.
Not a good comparison.
Cliff and I can't even run. Like just the word.
My point is, when you don't have as much talent as your opponent or you're outmanned,
you need something else.
You need something. Yeah. And the fans could be part of that. And I think even Jaden Gardner alone is an emotional guy. He's always doing the flex thing, and he gets into it. I think ECU in hoops especially can use that to its advantage. Where like a team like Houston doesn't need that, and teams they're top of the league in basketball certainly can use it, but they don't need it to win a lot of these American games. So I don't know. There's some of that, and it's just they're just not playing well, and they can't. It's going into tailspin. They can't figure out the best way to stop it. So
let's get a timeout in. We'll come back. We'll see if Ronnie Woodward saw anything of note when he was at Clark LeClaire Stadium on Friday.
Baseball.
Saw some photos from that at Ronnie W11 on Twitter. We'll talk a little Pirate baseball, get Ronnie's Super Bowl pick, and have more for you after this on Pirate Radio Live.
You don't need a big meeting. You don't need a birthday. You don't need any excuse at all. You just need to love subs. Times 12. Order the Jersey Mike's catering box today. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above. Tired of cooking at home? Change it up without getting up. Just order Jersey Mike's through our app for no contact delivery or no contact at the door pickup. Jersey Mike's. Be a sub above.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
The new Pirates Cove Car Wash and Haviland Express Lube on Glen Burnie Road in New Bern is now open. Pirates Cove in New Bern is offering Fast Passes for $9.99 for new Fast Pass customers. You can visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and on East 10th Street. And have you heard? Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
Wait up. Papa John's has a new stuffed crust. Oh, we did it. All our tweets, DMs, and carrier pigeons worked. This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust. Stuffed.
Hey, Pirate fans, order the new Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza for only $12. The new Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
BMS Builders is your premier custom builder in eastern North Carolina. With Blackwood and Mills Creek in Greenville, Dalton's Cove in Farmville, and Belmar in Ayden, these are just a few of the developments featuring BMS Builders homes. They can build the home of your dreams. Just ask Dr. Dennis Ross in Greenville or East Carolina football coach Mike Houston. They built their homes, and they can build yours as well. BMS Builders. Give them a call at 916-1578 for BMS Builders.
Hey, welcome to Jack Brown's. What can I get you?
Can I get a vodka soda with a lime, please?
No liquor, just beer.
We have beer out the wazoo.
And we don't even know what a wazoo is.
IPAs, sours, gozas, wheats, stouts, porters, you name it, we got it.
Drink 100 beers and join the Notch Club. Don't be a nerd. Ask about the Notch Club.
Yeah, we've got the best craft beer in Greenville.
Awesome. I'll take a pack to us light.
You got it, on the way.
Jack Brown's Beer and Burger Joint, located at 805 Dickinson Avenue, right in the heart of Uptown Greenville.
Your future is yours to create, and with the leadership development of Army ROTC, you're capable of taking command of it. Even in the midst of a pandemic, enrolling in Army ROTC prepares you to thrive as a full-time college student. Our specialized elective courses will equip you with the skills necessary to succeed in life, all while earning money for education. A strong future takes a strong force. Find out how to lead at goarmy.com/ECU. To learn more, contact Dale Anderson at 252-622-5346 or Anderson DAL at ecu.edu.
Over 32 years ago, the Ronald McDonald House of Eastern North Carolina opened its doors as a place to help families stay together and close to the care they need when they have a sick child. With the addition of a second Ronald McDonald House inside the Maynard Children's Hospital, our need to serve is greater than ever as the medical community flourishes. Help us expand our mission of keeping families close as we grow to meet that need. You can show your support by making a donation to the Ronald McDonald House. Visit our website today at rmhenc.org for more information. Thank you for your support.
Find yourself working from home or at least spending more time there? Want some remodeling for your house or a fresh look? How about a new deck or screened-in porch to add livable space outside? Don't know who to call? Well, you do now. Call the professionals at R&R Remodeling. They've been serving the local community for 15 years. Ronnie and his crew can help you today. Call for a free quote, 252-286-4119, or visit R&R Remodeling on Facebook. R&R Remodeling, construction you can count on.
This is Stephen Igo, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Well, welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. Join the close to 50,000 followers today at PR927FM. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, back with you on PRL. Just heard a Stephen Igo liner there. He will not be on the show with us this week. We will talk to Jonathan Wagner from Hoist the Colors coming up on Tuesday. Wags. Might have had him on once before. I'm not sure. Might be making his debut. We'll find out tomorrow. Turner Brown going to join us on the show as well tomorrow. He is, of course, played at ECU, played a ton of shortstop at ECU. I wonder where he's at on games played, Ronnie.
Yeah.
And as far as ECU players' history,
Got to be up there.
Yeah, we'll talk to him about his new role as a graduate manager on the team with ECU, and talk about this 2021 ECU baseball outfit. And Ronnie, you were there on Friday to see a little bit of the scrimmage. I saw a photo or two from you on your social media, and so last year I was like, all right, who's the guy to watch out for? And you said CJ Mayhew because you saw him on the mound for a few pitches, and you're like,
in the fall.
All right, I saw this guy with my own eyes. He looked pretty good, and that was a good call. You were right. So out of the small sample size you saw on Friday, who's the guy to watch out for this year?
Okay.
Is it Alec Burleson?
Not
because you did say you saw him out there,
Burleson was there playing first base.
Unfortunately, not on the team this year, folks. Sorry to get you excited.
He's not. So that was interesting. I didn't even notice it. I noticed there was like a guy not in jersey playing first, and then somebody pointed out to me. I was like, oh, yeah, that is Burleson over there. But under the same premise, so we'll stay consistent, that...
Bless you.
Sorry.
Another one.
No, we're good. We're good.
How do you feel about sneezes, by the way? We had this discussion.
I've heard y'all.
I love sneezes. That was a little sneeze.
Yeah.
Are you a small sneezer?
I feel embarrassed when I do it. Like, it's just sketchy.
I like, but like when you're by yourself, I love a good
I almost want to by myself do the same out of habit. To some extent.
You're self-conscious even when you're alone?
I guess.
Okay. All right. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of them in general. Certainly now, obviously, when somebody sneezes, you get all these looks, whether it's you or somebody else or whatever. It's like the whole thing's just kind of awkward. But, okay, same premise. Honestly, I wasn't there for too long. It was super cold. I don't even know if I saw a ball like get hit very hard.
Hey, you're not supposed to say all this.
It was not good hitting conditions.
No.
Matt Bridges, though.
Oh, man.
Looked good. I wish I would have. I know there were some guys with the radar I would have seen. Looked like he was throwing pretty hard, and he made Skylar Brooks look really bad on one at bat. Like one at bat, I really kind of paid attention to, and he struck him out. Kind of the half swing, kind of just fooled him and looked really bad, or made him look bad. So I'll go with Matt Bridges because the other pitcher or two that I saw weren't not nearly as good. One of them was struggling for sure. A young guy trying to kind of find his way. So yeah,
man,
they were working a lot of relievers though. Like I didn't get to see Gavin Williams or Cooch Maynard. Cooch Maynard was in the stands actually. I think he was going to pitch the next day or during the weekend. But yeah,
I looked it up just to have the year, and I was right on the year, but I still can't believe it's this long ago. 2016.
I know.
Matt Bridges. 2 2/3 innings, 6 strikeouts against Texas Tech in a super regional.
And a win, right?
And a win.
The only super regional win in a game.
On that Friday night. Somebody hit a granny.
Watkins.
Travis Watkins.
Of course. He hit like 8 home runs in 2 weeks.
6 RBIs that day.
He did. He hit a grand slam.
And the Pirates beat Texas Tech 8-6. We sit here 5 years later, and Matt Bridges the pick to click.
There.
That game still stands out to me because of the absolute, just the nasty breaking balls he was throwing to those Texas Tech hitters. And He was mentioned by Chandler Jenkins when we had him on the show last week. He's like, if he's fully healthy, he's a huge impact for 2021 for ECU.
Yeah, that slider is nasty. And again, if he gets the velocity up and can kind of complement it with the fastball as well, or set up the slider with the fastball, he's got great stuff. It's just obviously been an injury thing kind of with him. But he was good last year for a little bit in spurts. When he has been healthy, he's top notch. So, honestly, I didn't get to see a ton. It was really cold. I was kind of out there to help our photographer get some photos and some stuff, some video and some stuff I needed. But, not a lot of hard contact. And they were doing a lot of situational, like bunt stuff, and they start a guy at second base and trying to put pressure on the defense. So it wasn't just a straight up go play a full game type scrimmage. There's a lot of situational things they were doing on purpose. But the pitchers looked pretty good. There was a lot of bullpen work. Like I said, when I finally got there, I think Gavin Williams started, but I'm not 100% sure because when I got there, they were already into the bullpens, kind of giving each guy one inning. So Bridges was the one guy that stood out from what I remember. Connor Norby made a web gem on a catch out in the outfield. That stood out. And not a whole lot else. I know they are scrimmaging today too. So I don't know, maybe yesterday got canned because of the weather.
Yeah.
But the weather played a role later in the weekend. But I know Cooch Maynard got some work. So that probably was on Saturday. And Tyler Smith and Wizen Hunt, some of those guys later in the weekend. And then I heard they're out there again today because of weather. So
Aaron Fitt, speaking of defensive drills, Ron, he said on Friday when he joined us from D1 Baseball that ECU, potentially one of the top teams in the country in defense, and is what he is expecting with the return of your guys up the middle with Norby and Giles, with Agnos at third, and all the speed you have in the outfield too, with Worrell and Hoover and those guys. He thinks that the Pirates will be saving a lot of runs in the field in 2021.
Yeah, I listened to your whole
Cadell behind the plate as well.
Veteran guy.
Yeah.
Listen to your Aaron Fitt interview today, actually, this morning while I was out on a run around the neighborhood. It was good stuff. Fitt's the man. He knows it. He knows it all. He is a really good guy, too.
And it's very locked in on ECU. We see him, like I said, in the press box and follow. And he knows the good programs. He knows ECU is one of them. And it has a national database there with D1 Baseball, but is North Carolina centric because he's coming out of Durham, I guess? Triangle.
Area. And like Kendall Rogers, I think, lives in Houston or Texas. So I feel like they kind of split it up that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rogers takes care of a lot of the Big 12 kind of SEC stuff to some extent, and Aaron Fitt focuses on the Carolina Southeast type deal. And they have a West Coast guy as well. My man Mike Rooney, who used to be at ESPN, I've gotten to know him a little bit over the years. He's doing stuff with them now as well. I don't know exactly where he might be West Coast. I don't know exactly where he's kind of home based or posted up at. But I think the one thing, the first base thing, I didn't get to see Moylan on Friday. I'm curious. I haven't seen him personally yet, just time being kind of in and out of there. But what that is going to be like, is he really going to be the first opening day first baseman? It probably, or maybe, depending on what you do with Francisco. And then that third outfield spot, which again I think ties to that as well. Like if you pencil in Worrell and Hoover, who's the third guy? I think I'm buying the Makaravich thing, the AMAC thing.
Cliff Godwin had a lot of good things to say about him.
He was all about it, and the way Cliff is, like, Cliff loves a gamer, like So like if he. It's one thing if he says, oh, well, this guy's really talented, or he has a great swing, or this and that. But when he gives the line of, like, that guy gets out of so much out of practice, or he plays the game like this,
he'll find a spot for him somewhere.
Yeah. So I wonder if Amac's in that, like, left field situation, or DHs some. Like, he might be my honestly kind of, like, wild card player that not a lot of people know. Or not know, but, it kind of takes that next step into being a starter or a prominent type player. But that and the Moylan thing at first base, everything I've heard, I haven't seen it firsthand, but he's got all the tools.
Yeah, he's kind of a myth right now because we're hearing so many good things about him, and we've yet to see it.
We don't really go out there.
Yeah.
So the one time I was out there Friday, I didn't end up seeing him. And he might have been out there. The other thing, too, with Friday, honestly, half the players are wearing, like, toboggans. They were on big coats like this in the dugout. So it was tough to tell. Like, I didn't even, it's hard. You can't, like, look at their face, especially if it's, like, half covered. They're wearing a mask, decent amount. It's just like you literally, it was tough to go out there and be like, all right, this guy looked good, because I couldn't tell who, half of them were until they actually got to the plate and they had their number on their back of their jersey.
All right, we'll wrap it up with this. I meant to bring it up during the Bridges and, Mayhew discussion, but ECU, it seems like we haven't seen a traditional closer for a while with the Pirates. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but it's kind of closer by committee, bullpen by committee. You think we see that again this year, or is there one particular guy that's going to get the ball in the ninth inning?
I think, I thought about that after media day, like when I was trying to going out there last weekend or thinking about that. I think the wild card is Mayhew.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't know.
Is he like situational with lefties, or is he your guy if it's three righties coming up? We don't know.
I mean, I think it's one of those things. I think college baseball was ahead of the curve with this anyway, because the depth in general compared to the majors isn't the same. But I feel like college coaches a lot of times now go to your best guy first. Like if it's 4-3 in the 6th inning or 7th inning and Gavin Williams is kind of out of gas, they're not going to be like, all right, well, let's bring in whoever.
We got to get out of this jam right now.
We want to save Mayhew for the ninth, or what? And major leagues is becoming that way now too. Again, because there's so much depth, it's a little different. But I don't know if they're a guy like Mayhew or Matt Bridges is like, all right, well, we can't use him yet because it's not the ninth inning. Which I think that plays into the save thing. And I think Mayhew. I mean, last year's example against Ole Miss in the Leclerc Classic, they brought him in. He ended up throwing 2 2/3 or whatever it was with 5 strikeouts. So, I think he's more of the situational long relief, get as much out of him as you kind of can. And maybe Matt Bridges is your conventional ninth inning guy, because I don't think Bridges is a extended. I think he might be a traditional type of 1 inning, get 3 outs type of pitcher. So I think Bridges could be a closer, and that frees up Mayhew to do a lot of different things. I don't know. And they talk about Cole Moore, him being versatile, like he could close but also start in the midweek. And I think they want to just use different guys in different situations.
All right, Ronnie, we'll wrap it up. We'll head to break. We'll say goodbye to you. But before we go, your Super Bowl pick for Sunday.
I'll go Bucks.
All right. Starting to kind of here's the Buck train.
I know.
Big dog Brian Bailey is on the Bucks.
Ronnie went Bucks because during the break I told him that Patrick Mahomes had a horrible college baseball career.
Pitcher. That was the kicker.
And
I turned him.
And Brady, I was looking at his stats, hit like 311 his senior year in high school baseball. So,
there you go.
He's a raker. He's out there getting it.
No, I don't like. I mean, y'all know how this is better than me as well. Like, Kansas City's a small favorite, right? Like 3.5.
Yeah.
So they're begging people to bet on Tom Brady and the Bucks because they're expecting Kansas City to win, right? Isn't that the way that works?
It's if Kansas City win by more than one score.
I don't think Vegas is begging either side. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Not in this case.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
I would think like most of the money would come in on the Bucks because people like me are like, oh, it's Tom Brady. Like the Bucks have got to win.
See, I think this is totally like we had Eddie King on the first hour, handicapper, and he said, I don't think the line's going to move much because you're going to have so many people on both sides.
Yeah,
like
that makes sense.
Because you can't bet against Brady, but you can't bet against Mahomes.
Yeah. Like the Chiefs are clearly the better team.
They are, but the way the Bucs defense has been playing, I feel like complete team. They're right there with them.
Yeah.
Chiefs are just unstoppable on offense. But I don't know. I'm going Chiefs. I'm not comfortable with it, but I could go either way.
I'm the same way.
All right.
I'll go Bucks just because Brady. I kind of want it to happen. I think it'd be cool if he left New England and won a Super Bowl against with a random team that no one really kind of pays attention to until this year.
Yeah.
And Gronkowski gets thrown another Super Bowl bone too. Like, why not?
And you've got like all the cast-offs with Antonio Brown and Leonard Fournette. I mean, it is a weird.
Fournette. He's been killing it, right?
Yeah, he's been great in the playoffs.
I'll get down with that. I'll go Bucks in a close. If it's a close game either way, I'm happy. So whatever.
All right, let's take a time out. We'll come back. Big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, going to join us on the Fixed NC Live line. Talk about this Monday evening college basketball and NBA slate of games. More to go on Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Happy New Year's from Brown & Wood. This month, get a 2020 Buick Enclave and save up to $6,250 or $4,000 plus 0% for 72 months. And remember, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for only $2.50. Thursdays enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or shrimp fajitas for $1 for only $9.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
Villa Verde on 10th Street, Greenville's only Dominican restaurant, now features a brand new lunch menu, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Choose from your favorites like the Villa Verde Burger, the Veggie Burger, the Cuban Sandwich, the Dominican Club, the Villa Wrap, the Vegetable Sandwich, the Big Papi Steak Sandwich, or create your own bowl, all with your choice of side and a drink for under $10. If you're looking for a high quality, healthy, and affordable lunch, Villa Verde is your place. Villa Verde, a platform for good. University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
When you don't have time to go to lunch, let Jimmy John's deliver lunch to you. With Jimmy John's, we can get a freaky fresh sandwich to you freaky fast. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com. Dinner's great. It's one of your top 3 favorite meals. You just don't want to have to make it. Well, with Jimmy John's, you don't have to. Whether you live in a sandwich delivery zone or head into the store, you can always get a freaky fresh sandwich. Click to order at jimmyjohns.com.
Hi, this is Phil Steele of Phil Steele's College Football Preview Magazine, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. You can watch all of Pirate Radio's local programming not only on Facebook Live, but you can also do it on YouTube Live. All you have to do is go to YouTube, put in Pirate Radio TV in the search line, and hit the subscribe button today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. Some afternoon hoops. Louisville knocking off Georgia Tech. And let's go P. Austin P up 18 on Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. That is going on right now. I just wanted to say, let's go.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah.
Southern Illinois, what?
Edwardsville.
Edwardsville.
I guess that's what it is.
Wow.
SIU Edwardsville. Yeah, the Cougars.
SIEU.
SIUE.
SIUE. Sounds like the State Employees Credit Union.
Troy D is here. More with him in a moment.
Good to see you.
We'll break down all the hoops going on right now with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu from Barstool Sports. He joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. Jeff, how you doing today?
I'm great, Clip. Good to talk to you. How are you?
Hey, doing good, and another good basketball day. And just a PSA before we get started here, Jeff, for folks that are into college basketball, folks that are into gambling, I guess more so these days than in years past, a ton of weekday afternoon games. We already saw the Citadel in Western Carolina. They had a noon tip-off today. Louisville and Georgia Tech tipping off at 2 o'clock. So just kind of a PSA. You might look at the schedule and say, hey, man, I like that game tomorrow. But be weary of the times these games tip off because we're seeing a ton of afternoon starts in college basketball this year.
Yeah, with the reschedulings and things like that, there's always going to be some of the early things that kind of trickle in. Not a ton of real early stuff. Generally later in the week, but you're every day you're going to see 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So yeah, I mean, if you have an idea, I know for me, I some of the times don't really focus a lot on times. So yeah, you definitely want to make well aware of when your game is and what time it is.
Bit of a lighter card tonight, but we do have some good teams in action. We have ACC, American, Big 12 in action. Let's start with the American. ECU dropping to Tulsa over the weekend. And, Jeff, you don't have to go into your full diatribe, but if folks want to hear what your thoughts on the Pirates, Friday on the Big Man on Basketball, you kind of put it out there. They're a team to fade right now, and unfortunately the results are the results, and they played a good game on Saturday, but Tulsa kind of closed out strong down the stretch. They end up covering that game. I know you're fading the Pirates right now. How about the game tonight in the American? Any interest with Memphis, who's playing well of late, taking on Central Florida? That's a pretty big line, 9.5 total at 133.5. What do you think about the Tigers and Knights tonight?
Yeah, this is interesting because, when you look at UCF, they're kind of different than they normally are. You kind of always expect Dawkins teams to be very good defensively. They kind of struggle to score. But, this year they've been pretty good offensively, but they've been getting issues stopping people. So, I kind of think the over is interesting. I think it's probably low, and I think people kind of have their thought that Memphis can't score and they're very defensive, and same with UCF. I'm not so sure. I mean, when you look at UCF, I mean, a team that can definitely put points on a board with Mahan and with Adams, and Perry's now healthy. They've gotten some good bench play, but two teams that I don't really have much interest in betting on. I've talked kind of glowingly about how bad I think Memphis can be at times. So, yeah, not a game that I've wagered on or I'm betting tonight.
Pretty good run for Duke here in the last week. Not only did they win a couple games, they covered both and got a late cover against Georgia Tech. That game was back and forth for seemingly 37 minutes, and Duke pulled away at the end and win by 7. And then, man, they just take it to Clemson on Saturday, 79-53. Duke, quick turnaround, back in action tonight against Miami, and they're big road favorites in that game, Jeff.
Yeah, Miami right now really struggling. I mean, they just don't. You never really know who's going to play for this team. I mean, all year they've just had issues with injuries and with coronavirus, and Chris Likes isn't playing right now. You look at on Saturday, they only basically had 7 guys. Matt Cross is out, Olani is out. I mentioned Likes is out. This is a team with limited talent as it is. I mean, it's just kind of a threw together rotation and roster, and as I said, there's just not a lot of depth in this team. They're a big hawking team, but I don't know. Another game that's tough. I mean, I really don't want to lay double digits with Duke. As you mentioned, though, maybe they're kind of figuring out some things. You have won 2 in a row. And this is a team that I think you can make the case this is the worst team in this conference, maybe outside of Wake. So, yeah, I don't hate it, but I don't really want to be in the business of laying points, especially double digits, with teams like Duke and Kansas and Kentucky and Michigan State. There's just no leaders on these teams. I don't know how much they really care about covering. I So I'll pass.
Jeff, really enjoyed the Big 12 SEC Challenge over the weekend. We missed out on Texas, Kentucky, but saw some great basketball games. And if you listen to the Big Man on Basketball podcast on Friday, you knew Jeff and his co-host there were really liking Oklahoma, and the line wasn't out when you recorded that episode, but you said, if it's plus points, you absolutely love it. Well, they win outright against Alabama, 66-61. Speaking of quick turnaround tonight, great game, Oklahoma and Texas Tech. So how about these two teams? You got two top 15 teams going at it tonight in Lubbock, Jeff.
Yeah, this is a tough kind of turnaround. I mean, Oklahoma, in Norman beat Alabama. Now they're going to go on the road down to Lubbock, which isn't easy, and it's, that quick Saturday, Monday turnaround, which is never easy, especially off a win where, you were without Austin Reeves, you were without Alondas Williams. This is a tough, I think, matchup for Oklahoma here. But one thing I love about Oklahoma, and one thing that we talked about on our show Friday, is that, Oklahoma is really high basketball IQ. They don't turn it over. They don't foul. They don't do a lot of things that really bother you as a gambler. I just wonder if they can score enough tonight. I look at both these teams, both very good defensive groups. This game screams first to 65. I think it's a real rock fight, real kind of, knockout, drag-out type of matchup. Kind of similar to, I think, the game on Saturday, frankly, for Oklahoma. They shut down a really good Alabama offense. This is a team that I think will struggle to score tonight. And Texas Tech hasn't been gung-ho and going quick in conference either. Both these teams play with a slower tempo. This game kind of screams like 68-60 to me. 65-60. I'm going to lean under the total. Even, I know the numbers moved down. We took it on the show at 138. I kind of liked it, really, anything above 134.
Wow, I'm seeing it 134.5 now, Jeff. So that thing has dropped a lot. So
yeah, it has, and I don't love that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
that always hurts. But I think it's a lower scoring game. I think it's first to probably 130. I think first 65.
You got the Murray State Racers in action tonight. The covering machine, Drake, that finally came to an end, but Drake is a 19-point favorite tonight. East Tennessee State Wofford, a good matchup. And also, I know, Jeff, you've been speaking highly of Loyola Chicago. They play Missouri State tonight. So what else are you looking at tonight, those games or anything else going on in college basketball?
Yeah, we talked on our show today about back-to-backs, and I feel like you're starting to see cracks in how you can bet back-to-backs. One of which, Clip, is finding teams that, let's say, are the favorite in their conference or a very good team in their conference, facing teams in back-to-backs and grabbing them in the second game where maybe they didn't play well in the first. So basically, Drake would fit that system today. Didn't play well in the first game against Illinois State, and they play them today again in a back-to-back. Generally, the team, there's something that goes on in the first game that they didn't do well. For Drake, it was shooting. They shot 4 for 30 from 3. Law of averages would imagine that they're going to be much better today. And I think that means probably blowout city for Illinois State. They're going to struggle here. But a game I like Prairie View A&M today, Clip, against the Alabama State University. Prairie View is the best team in the SWAC. They're very different from a normal SWAC team. They're very good defensively. They force turnovers, top 5 in America, and they're actually very good on the offensive end. They play with a nice pace. They have the best two-point offense in this conference, and actually a top 65 two-point offense in America. Very well coached, have blowout potential. They've covered 5 in a row in this conference to start the season. I think they're going to catch a bad Alabama State team who, I got to be honest, Clip, I think is a bottom 3 team in America. 2 straight road games for Alabama State here. I think they get beaten by 20+.
Talking to the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. You can check out the big man on basketball. The podcast drops every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so a new ep is out today. Jeff, let me give a shout out to my Charlotte Hornets. A couple of nice wins and covers. They beat the Bucks outright on Saturday night, so they go 2-0 on the weekend, but now they are on the road at Miami tonight as 6-point dogs. The Lakers at Hawks tonight. Interesting matchup there with the Lakers, a 6-point road favorite. What are you looking at tonight in the NBA? You got a pretty good card going on tonight.
Well, I want to first say this. LaMelo Ball is very quickly turning into the best rookie this season. He was absolutely terrific the other night against a really good opponent. I said on record, I thought he was a superstar in the making. I think he's the best player in that family by a wide margin. He is incredible, and you have a great kid down there for the future.
I'm looking at he's minus 150 now, Jeff, for Rookie of the Year. That's crazy. Yeah,
and he should be. He's off the best performance he's had this year. I think he's been just incredible and fun to watch. He's averaging 12 a game, plenty of assists, 6 boards a game. Just a fun player. I can't wait to see him when we go back and watch games. A game that I'm looking at, I haven't put anything out in the NBA yet. I'm having a pretty decent season. I'm up on the year. I like Portland, Milwaukee under 236.5. A lot of square bettors coming in on the over, obviously with Portland and how bad they are defensively. But, Milwaukee has a way of winning a lot of 120 to 109 type of games. And I think that's kind of where we go here. This is interesting, Clip, because this total was, 236.5. Most of the money came in on the over, yet it dropped to 236. That's a clear sign that sharp gamblers are on the under. I would be on the under as well here. I think Milwaukee's a solid defensive team. And I'll tell you what, they leave you a lot of points at the free throw line. So keep that in mind. But, kind of a light card. It's very snowy around here, so plenty of basketball to watch tonight.
Jeff, we'll talk more Super Bowl with you Thursday when you join us. I still remember a couple years ago when you had you told everybody to go find the Will Bon Jovi show up in Robert Kraft's box or whatever, and we were like, what the hell are you talking about? And sure enough, they showed it on TV, and you were able to catch that random ass prop, so that was awesome. Have you gone prop shopping yet this week for the Super Bowl? You started to look into that stuff yet?
I haven't gotten to it just yet. We haven't seen, as far as props, I usually wait till kind of, the few days before. It's still a little early. You got some media stuff and that kind of thing. But, you got to mine for that stuff, Clip. You got to really look, and props are meant to be bet. So if you can find them, you should be playing them. And, that's what gambling is, Clip, finding value. And I don't care if it's a cockroach race or, a bum fight on the street. If I have a line on it and there's value, I'll bet it.
That's the gambler's way right there. Big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Jeff, anything else going on? I know you're wrapped up in basketball right now. You got NASCAR coming up on the horizon, golf, hockey. Are you diving into any of this other stuff, or are you kind of focused all on basketball right now?
Mostly basketball. I am working on, I think, something kind of different from what I'm normally doing. Some mob stuff for Barstow. I'm going to do a little kind of weekly thing. Cool. Just, people love that whole crime thing, and I'm working on some stuff with that. Also, Clip, rest in peace to the great John Chaney, man.
Yeah.
He was my favorite coach. He's my favorite coach to this day. Growing up, I fell in love with basketball too. People like John Chaney. So, definitely a tough week end for this area. He was an innovator and an institution in this town.
I remember some of my early basketball memories. Dick Vitale screaming about Mark making bacon, Mark making the guard there, and those old Temple teams. Yeah, they were awesome. So absolutely,
that team,
man.
That Mark Macon team, I think 87-88 team, I think they had only lost one game in the regular season. It was Mark Macon, Howard Evans, Tim Perry. That was a really good team.
Yeah.
I lost to Duke in the Elite Eight. It's definitely a sad thing that he never got to the Final Four. 5 Elite Eights, never got to the Final Four.
Yeah, an absolute legend. Big man, thanks for joining us today, man. We will talk to you again later this week here on Pirate Radio Live.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Cheers.
Jeff Nadu, Barstool Sports, big man on basketball, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. We'll take a timeout, come back. Hour 3 on tap. Troy D, Big Ed Watkins on tap for Hour 3. And we'll open up the Pirate Radio booty bag. That's on the way. We'll be back with you right after this.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Blake Hardigree with ECU Baseball. I want to invite you to join our team on Saturday, February 13th, virtually for our 2021 Pirate Baseball Banquet. Our keynote speakers are former ECU players Alec Burleson and Bryant Packard. We will have an auction through the Handbid app starting at noon on Saturday, February 6th, and closing on Saturday, February 13th at 6 p.m. All proceeds from the banquet will go directly to ECU Baseball. Check ECU Baseball social media for the links and get your tickets today. We look forward to having you. Go Pirates!
You demand perfection.
That's why you drive the perfect car. Okay, maybe it's not exactly perfect, but it's perfect to get you to Domino's for their perfect $7.99 carry-out deal. Carry out any 3-topping pizza or a 10-piece order of wings, smothered in delicious sauces like hot buffalo, garlic parmesan, and honey barbecue, just $7.99 each. Demand the perfect carry-out deal at Domino's. Carry-out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
Been pulled over for speeding and written a ticket? Then you need to call O'Neill's Speedometer Service in Greenville. O'Neill's can calibrate all vehicles for speeding tickets. All-wheel drives, no problem. 18-wheelers, no problem. Motorcycles, no problem. O'Neill's can also repair instrument gauges that have stopped working. Whether you drive a Ford or GMC, Greenville's trusted speedometer shop for over 30 years is O'Neill's. Call today for repairs or calibration work at 756-5050. O'Neill's Speedometer Service. Go Pirates.
Hey, Pirate fans, got big goals for your property? Then make this the year you team up with quality equipment. Our John Deere compact tractors will tackle all your spring projects, and they start at just $99 per month. Need to add a mower deck and loader? How about a garden tiller? We'll give you one low package price. Shop tractor packages at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 3/31/21. Subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers.
Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates.
Bostic Sugg Furniture wants to know, how'd you sleep last night? If you're like thousands, the answer is probably not very well. You're tired, stressed, your job suffers, and worse, your health suffers. Get better sleep on a Restonic mattress, a Consumer's Digest Award winner 13 years running. Restonic Queen mattresses start as low as $4.99. Restonic two-sided Queen mattresses from only $6.99. If you're ready to wake up to a whole new you, we have a Restonic mattress waiting for you, exclusively at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro. We are the professional office systems people.
PR927FM.com is the Pirate Nation's home to stream Pirate Radio live or archived anytime.
Wade Minter, when you think of bubble and you think of the situation the NHL's in now where they're playing in home cities, you know, what's your preference and how do you think this thing works out in 2021?
Yeah, the bubble concept worked really well for the NBA, the NWSL, the NHL. The folks who ended their season in bubbles last year ran it as a completely top-notch operation. I mean, everyone did a great job with that. I think if you're looking at playing a full season, the bubble is really not tenable because you're asking the players to leave their families for 4, 5, 6 months.
PR927FM.com, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. University PC Care are the local tech support experts for any of your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, thank you, Shirley Rhodes. Welcome back into Pirate Radio Live, Hour 3, and a big hour it will be. Troy D is here alongside. What's up, Troy?
Happy February, Clip Brock.
It is February 1st.
Man, we made it through January. We're 1/12 of the year done. It is flying by, my friend. Flying by.
It is. but we will for the next hour.
This is the worst month, though.
I mean,
look how it started today.
Depressing guests we have every week.
Rainy.
Every week.
This is garbage weather right here. We're going to have it all month.
So December, though, it gets darker the earliest.
Right.
So how is December not the worst month?
Well, I guess they're distracted by the holidays, Glenn, and that's a good question. And I think we had a warmer December than normal, so
we did.
That is
true.
But now we're in the doldrums of winter.
The rain is what's killing me.
The rain. If it was sunny, I think I'd feel a little bit better. But man,
if it's 40 degrees,
seasonal affect disorder, full stage 5 right now.
Seasonal depression. We're there.
Look, Sunday it was raining all day, so I barely got out of bed Sunday. Like just enough to go eat lunch. All right, but enough of my problems. How about yours?
Hey, you're sad. I mean, I can't help it. I can't make it stop raining.
Come on and made us all as depressed as you are.
I am happy to have Ed Watkins join us in a few minutes.
Now let's
Ed is now I will tell you this. Ed is going to lift our spirits because he is one of my favorite people. Honestly, like I love this guy. He's got great energy.
Yeah.
He's an ECU Pirate. He's a NASCAR legend in what he does, for real. And if you've never heard Ed Watkins, don't go anywhere. He's going to join us coming up after the break.
We got Big Ed on the way.
Big Ed, a fantastic human being.
And we'll open up the Pirate Radio Booty Bag coming up in this hour as well. So stick around. Big Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live on tap. We'll be back with you after this.
Are you trying to reduce clutter? Want to save a tree? Greenville Utilities can help. E-bill is a simple solution. Imagine getting an email letting you know your bill is ready. And with a few clicks on your computer or smartphone, you can review and pay your bill. It's just that easy. Signing up is simple. All you need to do is to log onto your account at guc.com and update your contact information and e-bill setting. You can even continue to receive a paper bill if you'd like. E-bill from Greenville Utilities. Just one of the ways GUC is here for you.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones today from Kinetic Physical Therapy. What's new for 2021?
Well, 2020 has been a tough year for a lot of people, especially with the pandemic. And so, listen, we've got a way that people can kind of get that control back. We call it a Power Up package to start the year. And it's a mix of health coaching and personal training so that people can actually meet those goals and get back in shape. So to meet your goals in 2021, go to kptonline.com or give us a call at Kinetic Physical Therapy and Wellness at 364-2806.
It's bow time. There's something special about the first bite of a Bojangles Cajun Filet biscuit, like an edible alarm clock that slaps you awake with bold Cajun flavor. The moment you sink your teeth into that soft, fluffy, made-from-scratch biscuit, then strike gold with a juicy piece of fried chicken, you'll know. Nothing beats the first bite, except the second first bite. Get a Cajun Filet biscuit combo for just $4.99. It's bow time.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
It's time to pack your bags and head to CPW's for a culinary stroll through the world-famous French Quarter while counting down the days to Mardi Gras. The staff is cooking up some Cajun delights that are guaranteed to make your mouth water. Indulge, if you will, on the homemade gumbo of the day and fried green tomato remoulade, etouffee, or Cajun-style shrimp. So grab a taste of New Orleans and let the good times roll with CPW's, Stanton Square, across from the hospital in Greenville.
Here today with Redbox, also known as Jay Klingensmith to his friends and family. Why F3?
I started at F3. I just wanted to get some fellowship back out there, start exercising, and just have fun in the mornings. Gives you something to look forward to. It always starts your day off great.
One letter, one number, F3. Fitness, fellowship, and faith. All workouts are free of charge and open to all men. Leave no man behind, but leave no man where you find him. Learn more today at f3enc.com.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Pirate Radio.
And you write that down, because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it!
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. It was a good day for the stock market today. The Dow was up 229 points. It closed at 30,211. The NASDAQ was ahead 332 at 13,403. And the S&P was up 59 at 3,773. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, welcome back to the show.
Hey, Big G, you're into the Reddit forums and stuff. I got an idea. Let's get these guys. They love an underdog, and they've been pumping up the underdogs, GameStop, and all these stocks that are down.
GameStop?
GameStop. GameStock is what it's turned into.
Sure.
But no, GameStop, yeah. Get them fired up about some Pirate Radio stock. Man, we could get them to buy in here. They love an underdog. We're like the little guys here.
I am checking the stock listings, and I do not see PR up there.
We'll take some private money, equity to pump us in, But I'm just saying, there's an idea. Get them fired up about a little Pirate
stock that doesn't exist.
Pirate Media Group. Privately held, Glenn. Privately held. We're willing to discuss things.
All right, Troy, you started the hour off a bit depressing. But
the weather sucks, and you know it does.
Sure.
I'm just saying it.
And now we're trying to go into even more depressing areas, the stock market.
You said our next guest will lift our spirits.
He will. Let's go to the Fixed NC Live line. My man, Big Ed Watkins, living legend from ECU football, and what a career with NASCAR. Big Ed, you with us?
I'm right here, guys. Happy Monday.
Great to hear your voice. As I said, one of my favorite all-time people. And, boy, we could use some uplifting stuff. So, we're kind of tired of the doom and gloom of winter already. And I got to tell you, for people that don't know Big Ed, I was thinking about this when I knew you were coming on, Ed, how I could describe you to our audience. And most of the people that listen to us know who you are. But if someone was new, Big Ed Watkins is to NASCAR, and you're the gas man for Denny Hamlin, for people that don't know currently. You are to the NASCAR gas man industry what Tom Brady is to quarterbacks in the football industry.
Wow.
You're the old guy that just keeps getting it done year after year after year, and you should have retired years ago, but you're in your damn prime still. You're just like Tom Brady.
Listen to me. Good God almighty. First year in NASCAR was 1997. And here it is, 2021, and we're getting ready to go win Daytona 500. I'm telling you, almost a quarter of a century in racing.
Wow. I mean, Ed, I'm not lying. Like, you're too old to be doing this, but yet you are in your prime. You're the top gas man in NASCAR right now. In your 40s.
I'm telling you what, the NASDAQ stock on Pirate Radio is soaring. I'm all about you guys. I can see why. So
maybe we need to take this baby public.
Stock on Pirate Radio is soaring. Big Ed on down pit road is going to be plugging holes and gassing and going and winning races and keep on keeping on, guys. Love you all to death. It's an honor and privilege.
Are you excited about the season? You're back with Denny Hamlin. You've been with a bunch of teams over the years and had a bunch of different roles. Tell us about the role coming up this season for Denny Hamlin, who had a lot of success. Clip, you were telling me, I think he won the most races, I believe.
He's up there for most all-time wins without a championship.
Yeah. He's knocking on the door Ed, but what are your expectations with the Hamlin team this year?
Yeah, that just pick up as business as always, and how about in terms of Denny and all his accomplishments and what he's done the past couple of years. You're talking about a driver that's won back-to-back Daytona 500s, won it in 2019, won it in 2020. What a stellar resume builder that is for him in terms of future Hall of Fame opportunity. Dude can run in super speedway, and between we're going to be racing 1 week from tomorrow, so the shootout's 1 week from tomorrow. The Gatorade duels, the twin 150s are next Thursday, and then the Daytona 500 is next Sunday. So Denny's always got the super speedway stuff handled, and daggone, he's had about everything handled too. So I see him being just as competitive in 2021 as always. And not to mention, talking about Denny Hamlin, look at what he has in store for 2021 with a race team and a partner, debuting the 23 car with, you mentioned Tom Brady. Here's another GOAT, greatest of all time. This is the GOAT, Michael Jordan, partnered up with him with the 23 car. So that'll be extremely awesome, not only for Denny and for Michael Jordan, but for NASCAR and all sports as a whole. Just having Michael Jordan at the races, Michael Jordan a part of NASCAR and everything that he brings. It just shows the direction that NASCAR is headed, and what an awesome, great thing that's going to be able to watch and cheer for.
Ed, I know another thing fans are excited about this year, or at least intrigued about, is the dirt in Bristol, and that'll be at the end of March. They put dirt on the track there in Bristol, and I was just curious, as a guy in your spot and over there on pit road, what does that mean for you during a race, and have you experienced that before? What's it going to be like trying to adjust the cars, tires, all that on dirt rather than the traditional surface?
Yeah, that's one thing that 2021 is going to bring is a lot of change. There is a huge change in terms of the schedule, going to Bristol and dirt. My first year with in NASCAR, I started with Jeff Gordon in the 24 car in 1997, and here we are in 2021 going to Bristol and racing in the dirt. That's going to be a new one for us. There's going to be no live pit stops from what I've heard and seen. It looks like it's going to be fairly similar to the way they run the truck races at Eldora, with a competition caution and no advancements on pit road. I'm sure with just the dirt challenges that would bring in terms of doing live pit stops. But we're going to be at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas. We're going to be at Road America this year, 2 races in Atlanta. Golly, it's just the vast change in terms of where the scheduling is going to be. Michael Jordan on board this year with his new team, the 23 car with Denny Hamlin. Bristol dirt races. Good gosh, I can't imagine what the holler is going to look like when they come home from Bristol and fill that place full.
Going to have to break out
something else.
Some extra tide for the uniforms, I have a feeling, after that
absolutely.
race.
I might be in the grandstands for that one. If they don't have live pit stops, I'm going to Bristol. And, I'm going to join me my first ever Bristol race in the grandstand.
I tell you what, make it real interesting too. Talking to Ed Watkins with NASCAR, if you know how usually if it rains they have a delay, they bring out the heaters. I don't know how you dry a dirt track, so I think if it rains, I think they just let them run. Ed, just keep going. I mean, that would really
put the mud tires on.
Yeah. With that, I mean, you want to talk about the viewership ratings going up.
Everybody's sliding around,
running in the rain at Bristol in the dirt. That'd be entertaining.
Couldn't imagine. Think of what that stadium. Think of that whole. They call it the Coliseum. Think of what has taken place in at Bristol Motor Speedway. Some of the best races, some of the most incredible races. I remember, see 160,000. First time in my life, I've seen 160,000 people in a stadium that's very similar to a football stadium. I thought when we went to the University of Tennessee in 1994 and played some guy by the name of Peyton Manning, I thought University of Tennessee Stadium was pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
When I saw Bristol Motor Speedway for the first time in 1997, under the lights, 160,000 screaming fans. That was quite the deal. But Bristol Motor Speedway, so we've had 165,000 people, NASCAR races, incredible NASCAR races. Then they've had, the college football games with Virginia Tech and University of Tennessee, and they've had the dirt races with the outlaw cars, the Sprint Outlaws running there. Now they're going to dirt for the Cup cars. Wow, what a vast array of things that have taken place in that place.
Yeah, you mentioned ECU Tennessee back in what was it, '94? I remember I went to that game and we road trip. That was probably one of my greatest road trip memories. What a fun trip to Knoxville, and I know you probably had a good time there too.
Let me tell you about that. That was the first time an 18-year-old has sat in the visitors' locker room and felt concrete move. Was about 10 minutes before kickoff in the visitors' locker room at University of Tennessee as we were about ready to take the field. What an incredible Philip Fulmer, Peyton Manning, University of Tennessee. I think they were top 10 in the country. Good God Almighty, what a game that was. That was a season opener too, Troy. Remember, that was the season. That's what we opened the season with in 1994. How about that? Coach Logan said, "Bring it. Come and get some," and that's what we did.
Right.
And speaking of football, I'm an old Redskins fan, Washington football team fan. I saw today that Joe Gibbs Racing announced an extension with Denny Hamlin and with FedEx. What have your interactions been like with the old Hall of Fame football coach Joe Gibbs, who's done a lot of winning on the racetrack now in his later years?
Coach Gibbs is, a mentor and a hero. Look at what that man has accomplished. You're talking about an individual, and I have just the absolute honor of having a professional relationship with him. Man has earned 2 Hall of Fame inductions into 2 of the most major sports in the country. He's a Hall of Fame inductee into the NFL. He's a Hall of Fame inductee into NASCAR, and had the honor and privilege of being a part of his induction into the NASCAR Hall of Fame last December. Not only was I there, I was able to invite my cousin Ethan Albright, who was his deep snapper, believe it or not. He was Coach Joe Gibbs' deep snapper. Yeah. He was deep snapper. Ethan was deep snapper for 14 years in the National Football League. He was with the Redskins for about 8 or 9 of those years, and what an awesome opportunity that was. So it was, picture this, it was Coach Gibbs being inducted into the Hall of Fame that night. I'm there basically able to introduce all my NASCAR guys, all the NASCAR drivers that come through. I was able to introduce them to Ethan. And then here comes all the NFL guys and the Redskins guys, and Ethan was able to introduce them to me. So between me and my cousin, we had that entire Hall of Fame. We knew everybody. He had the NFL guys, and I had the NASCAR guys. But quick story for you guys. If you just give me 1 second, I want to get you guys fired up and pumped up. There is nothing on this earth that compares to the national anthem at the Daytona 500, and you get a flyover with F-18s right over top, and all of a sudden you look over, and here's Coach Gibbs walking over to you and says, "All right, man, huddle up." So it's the pregame team prayer right after the flyover, right after the national anthem, and you see that 80-year-old man's hand come in with that Super Bowl ring. And I'm telling you what, that Super Bowl ring on his hand looks like it weighs, 75 pounds? And you never want to be the last guy putting your hand in, because what happens is Coach Gibbs puts his hand in with that humongous Super Bowl ring at the very bottom, and you put your hands on top of his hand. If you're the very last person on top, so after he breaks the team prayer, he swings his hand around in the most vicious and most explosive manner you have ever seen in your life. He comes from over top with his 80-pound Super Bowl ring and will absolutely smash your hand if you have it on top. So I'm always trying to put my hand in the middle, so I'm never on top to take the wrath of that Super Bowl ring on top.
Good strategy as always. Someone's got to be on top, though, so you want to be the last man in.
And we've actually had Ethan Albright on Pirate Radio when he was, Tar Heel Sports Network. He was a great guest with us, Ed. side. So it's pretty cool.
And just the other day, I was going through some Facebook memories, and one of me and Joe Gibbs popped up. We had a chance to meet Joe Gibbs and spend some time with him when he was here in Greenville a few years ago.
He let me wear the ring.
Yeah, he let us both try it on and stuff. It was a much bigger deal for you because obviously you're a Skins fan, but it was very emotional for you, Clip. It was kind of like Clip meeting the Pope. Clip was Catholic. It was kind of like watching that.
Met the hero.
You actually kissed the ring, I do believe, at one point.
Tried to take it out of there, and Gibbs tackled me.
But he was fantastic. I mean, I think he was here with Fellowship of Christian Athletes, I believe, was with the group. And if that wasn't, I think that's who brought him into town. But he was very generous with his time. We had a chance to interview him, and he didn't rush us. I mean, really class guy. But I enjoyed getting to meet him. And once again, we're talking to Big Ed Watkins, former ECU football player, current gas man for the Denny Hamlin team. And last year, NASCAR was one of the first to really come back after this COVID stuff had hit and the pandemic and coronavirus. And NASCAR started racing when no one else was doing sports. And you guys were the first ones back. I believe they were one of the first ones back to start to let fans back in the stands. What's the protocols this year when they start things over coming up a week from Sunday officially for the Daytona 500? What's the situation with fans? What's the situation for you guys? Because technically, things are hopefully, knock on wood, getting better, but we're still in a pandemic.
Sure, absolutely. From what I've seen, it's going to pretty much be a continuation of where we left off last fall. The NASCAR did an incredible job of getting us on TV, getting that entertainment back going again, getting something in terms of live sports going. My gosh, if I saw another rerun of something in March and April, I was going to go absolutely bonkers. But we'll be
and I was watching the guys do video games of racing back then.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yes, exactly.
I was into the iRacing.
Through the iRacing out there a little bit. I got you get a bunch of racing guys together, everybody goes stir crazy, and the next thing you know, they're running televised iRacing on TV, trying to get something going. But I reflect to a year ago this time, we were getting ready for Daytona. Really didn't have a clue about COVID. Hadn't heard much about COVID at all. We were at the Daytona 500. President Trump's there. It was a sellout crowd. We won the Daytona 500. A year later, wow, what a difference a year makes. So I know NASCAR is going to be doing everything they can to ensure the safety for all participants and with everybody that's involved with it. But be a continuation of where we had left off in terms of last year. It'll be a lot of temp checks, a lot of COVID protocols. We'll be going through our stay safe, social distance, and go out and provide a good product for the sporting world. Go out and compete, which is the utmost top priority, is to stay safe and provide a good field for competition out there. Get going, get this season going, and then look at things starting to taper off. Hopefully by late spring and summer, and be between the vaccination and the summertime heat, be COVID free. I tell you, I can't wait for that.
Yeah, and Clip, Ed just brought back a memory. You remember back in mid-March, it was a Monday, and we interviewed a NASCAR driver, and I forget it was really cool. I forget which driver it was. I'll have to go back in the archive and see. And I remember asking him about, are you worried about this thing called coronavirus? It was just starting to make the news, but it wasn't a thing yet.
Joey Logano.
That's exactly. We were interviewing Joey Logano. And
that's right. You asked about,
and I asked about coronavirus, but it was before anything had stopped or there was a big deal about it or anything. But then it hit that Wednesday or Thursday night, a couple days later. That's when the basketball NBA stopped, at halftime of some of these games, and that's when and then the NCAA called off all the tournaments and everything that weekend, and the whole that's when everything the world kind of stopped. It seemed like, but it was just a couple days earlier where that race. Going into it seemed like everything, it wasn't that big a deal then, but it's amazing how quickly things can change. But hopefully, you guys have pretty good experience with it now. It looks, and if there's any sport that's good with social distancing, it's got to be NASCAR, Ed. I mean, between the guys who are in their own cars and the fans, there's plenty of room to spread out in the stands,
Yeah, exactly. The makeup of NASCAR, like you mentioned, you alluded, we were the first team, we were the first major sports back, and we're outside, we're outdoors.
And it just makes for a great, safe environment. The huge stadiums. We'll be at Daytona next week. It's 2.5 mile racetrack, so it gives us an opportunity to just keep going, competing, and it doesn't matter if you win a race during COVID or if you win a race before COVID, it's still a win. So we go out and do everything we can to be on time and knock those pit stops out and go out and kick 21 off next week. Looking forward to it, really am.
Ed, you were going over the track, some of the schedule changes earlier made me think, to ask, what's your favorite track? Do you have one where either you've had a lot of success or you just like visiting, or from a pit standpoint, it's the best? What stands out to you as your favorite track or two on the circuit?
Yeah, it's a good question. People ask me that a lot, and I always look at the places that just bring warmth and feel like home. And I tell you what, bleeding purple and gold like I do, being an ECU Pirate, I love the sand hills of eastern North Carolina. I tell you what, Darlington is about as close as you can get to eastern North Carolina. It's the sand hills of eastern South Carolina. It's just good country home folk. And I tell you what, that daggone racetrack, you walk into it, got the concrete buildings that were from the 50s and the 60s of Bobby Allison, Richard Petty, of all those guys. And I remember growing up when I was about knee high to a grasshopper, seeing Bill Elliott win the Winston Million there in the mid 80s there at Darlington. And Darlington's special. I'd say Darlington's my favorite racetrack. The racing's awesome. The tire fall off is awesome. So you have a lot of variations in terms of closing speeds. It's not follow the leader stuff and air dependent. It's just pretty much bring it every time the caution comes out. You're coming for 4 tires and fuel. To me, Darlington is a place that's special to me. It's got a lot of heritage. It brings a lot of just a down home feel, just the old school of NASCAR, like roll your sleeves up and let's go fight and drink beer or just have a damn good time. You know what I'm saying? That eastern South Carolina sun just beating down on you. Gets me fired up if you can't tell.
That's awesome. Yeah. No,
I hadn't been, but it's my favorite track now.
Yeah, mine too.
Awesome.
Yeah, count me down.
You can't beat them winning the Daytona 500 either. So that's I'm telling you, come out the freaking off pit wall when that first caution comes out. The first race of the year, cars are coming at you at interstate highway speed, and you're in the Daytona 500. I'm telling you what, if that don't get you fired up, nothing will.
Ed, you ever get worried, like, man, being out there? I know you're so focused on your job, but like getting run over on pit road or injured out there?
Man, I've gotten run over so many times I can't even see straight. I've lost track. I got zippers on my knees. I spent nights in hospitals, but it's just part of it. If it's your time, it's your time. You can't be going out there fearful. You can't be going out there worried about it. I sure as hell don't want to get run over this year, but not only that, but you got a 100-pound bomb on your shoulder too. So there's nothing like plugging a race car. I'm like, daggone, these guys are going to knock out a 10-second pit stop, and I got to flow 18 gallons of gas. And oh, by the way, this guy's sparking off lug nuts right underneath me. I've got fuel coming out of, trying to keep fuel as flowing as fast as I can. But in the same sense too, you got to realize you got what you're holding in your shoulders. So you got to be safe, but you also got to compete. But you can't worry about, all the variables. What you got to worry about is everything that you can control, and that's going out there. And for me, it's, mating that fuel probe in and mating it in as the car is rolling in, being in line, keeping everything fundamentally sound. So, my fuel flow is as fast as possible. Everything's in line. You're not cavitating the fuel probe because these things, they flow so fast, even though they're gravity fed, just one little 16th of an inch can intrude air into that fuel system. It's very similar to, I know you guys have seen like F-16s and F-18s and out there in Seymour Johnson, the F-15s doing those mid-fuel refuels. That's very similar to what the fuel equipment is in NASCAR with our dump cans. It's a female dry brake in a race car with a male dry brake on the dump cans, and it's a closed loop system. So there's a lot of fuel and a lot of air flowing through in a very short period of time. And if you crack that seal and intrude air into the system while you're fueling, you cause what they call cavitation, and that takes a fast fuel flow and about stops it dead in its tracks. And that's probably the worst feeling as a gas man is the car leaves and you don't have it full, and all of a sudden you realize your can's a lot heavier on your shoulder than it should be.
Well, I know this. You make it look easy, Ed, and it's not easy, but it's because you're a damn pro. And I guarantee you, most people, probably the majority of people listening to us or watching us right now, they couldn't even lift the damn 100-pound gas tank to even get it filled up. So it's incredible what you're able to do, even at your age now, in the 40s, still doing it better than anybody on pit road. And listen, for folks that don't know Big Ed, NASCAR is just your side hustle nowadays. You got your main gig at Big Ed Marine, Ed Watkins Marine. While I got you on, I'm going to go ahead and give you a free plug here, man. How are things going at the dealership?
Red hot, I tell you. That's my love. That's my chapter. Is Ed Watkins Marine, Lake Norman, North Carolina. We got the best pontoons, best tri-tunes, best center consoles, best fishing boats, rudabouts, deck boats, bass boats, you name it. Got a growing team, growing dealership. If it floats, we work on it, and couldn't be any more proud to have the opportunity to sell and service the very best boats that are on the water. I'm telling you, it's there's nothing better than being on the water. I'm guaranteed to put 10 years on your life and go out on the water and enjoy yourself in one of our boats. Give me a reason to hand deliver a boat to Eastern North Carolina, because I love some Eastern North Carolina. Let's get some boats out and out that way, because we got plenty of them. That's one of the great things about our dealership is I got awesome relationships with our awesome, incredible boat line. So we've got inventory even through this COVID.
Yeah. And Ed, I was going to say, a lot of
inventory.
A lot of folks down east don't have the inventory right now. So if folks are looking for a boat, they can go online at Ed Watkins Marine. They can just Google that. They can look at your inventory online, and if you like what you see, you might even get a personal delivery from Ed Watkins himself.
Absolutely. Give me a reason to come to Eastern North Carolina, hand deliver your brand new boat to you.
That'd be awesome.
Great way to spend a road trip.
Awesome. If you do, let us know if you end up this way so we can treat you to lunch or dinner.
I'm telling you what, guys, it's I like to eat, so I'm going to find a lot of reasons to come see you.
Well, and I hope we have tailgating this year, because I missed you guys last year. Usually about once a year we time it out where it works out where you guys either have an open date or a Thursday game or something where you can bring your crew up and tailgate with us. And boy, what a great time we have when Ed Watkins rolls up with his pit crew. You got to let us know though, Ed, because we got to buy extra beer those days.
I'm turning these former Wolfpack guys into ECU Pirates. I'm turning these former Georgia Bulldog players into ECU Pirates. I had a Florida Gator with me. I turned into an ECU Pirate. Them guys just love the purple and gold after they come and connect with you, Troy, at the tailgating tent.
Well, we have a good time, and they're always welcome. And if they're a friend of yours, they're a friend of ours. So, Ed, great talking with you today. Keep up the good work, my friend. We'll be looking for you on pit road once again with Denny Hamlin's team. Once again, the gas man, and easy to spot because those things stand out. And I'm always looking. You seem to get a lot of TV time, Ed. I'll say that. The camera always seems to find you, and maybe it's because you're always with the best teams. But keep up the great work, my friend, and we'll talk with you again down the road.
Pirate Radio, Troy, you guys are awesome. Appreciate y'all.
All right, love you, brother.
Thanks,
take care, man.
You too, brother. Thank you.
All right, Ed Watkins joined us live from Charlotte.
That was awesome.
Great guy. I'm telling
As
you, one of my
always.
all-time favorite. I've told you before, I wish he'd lived in Greenville so I could hang out with him more often.
He's you were right. He's uplifting, Troy. To get you fired up.
So
Ready
positive.
now.
I almost want to buy a pontoon boat, and I don't even need one.
Just so he can deliver it to you? Yeah.
Give me a reason to hang out with Ed.
I still say we need a Pirate Radio boat. Park it down in Washington. Get that sucker. Get some sweet decals on that bad boy.
We do it like we do the truck.
Yeah.
We have a Pirate Radio decal truck. We could get a Pirate Radio pontoon boat down in Washington. That'd be kind of cool, sir. That's not a bad idea right there. And pontoon boats aren't ridiculously expensive.
No, they're not. And
might be less than the truck, probably.
And I'll probably get to drive it more than I ever drove the truck.
Yeah. That's an idea. Let's put that one on maybe a summer project right there. The Pirate Radio pontoon boat. We'll talk to our friends in Washington, see if we can get a slip for it down there.
I'm just saying.
We're on to something.
I got some folks I know that live in Washington that have their own private access to the water. So, we might be able to park it in a little nice little area.
I was thinking about downtown, the waterfront right there. We get some visibility.
It's not that far from downtown. But
no, I know, but I was like, that way we get some advertising out of it,
I just want to be able to drive the damn thing. I haven't been able to drive the truck. I drive it once a year.
They let you drive in the parade?
Yeah, once a year.
Then you can go 2 miles an hour.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's it.
All right, Shirley, let's open up the booty bag on a Monday.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, 317-1250. Let's make somebody a winner right now, Shirley. And everything has been reset. Everybody is eligible to win. It's a new month. So what caller are we looking for?
I am going to go with caller number 10, and they get a large 2-topping pizza courtesy of Domino's.
Pizza Monday, 317-1250. Caller 10 is a winner. We're back after this.
Hey, Troy, have you heard about The Place?
No, Jason. What place?
It's The Place. It's Washington's newest restaurant on the waterfront. The Place is located in downtown Washington in the Harbor District with waterfront seating in the back. We're open for bistro-style lunches Tuesday through Saturday from 11 to 2 and elevated comfort-style dinners Thursday through Saturday 5 to 9. Plus, Sundays, we have the best Southern brunch in town.
Man, that's awesome, Jason. The Place sounds like the place to be.
It is. We look forward to seeing you there. The Place in Washington, North Carolina.
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
Join the 19 million visitors and explore your naturally wonderful state park system this year. There are 41 state parks to visit in North Carolina. Thanks to the Connect NC bond passed by the taxpayers, North Carolina state parks are upgrading and building new camping facilities, restrooms, and visitor centers, giving you more features for your convenience. Every park will have a project underway sometime over the next 5 years. From a nature hike to camping, visit one of the 41 North Carolina state parks today. For more information, visit ncparks.gov.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Blake Hardigree with ECU Baseball. I want to invite you to join our team on Saturday, February 13th virtually for our 2021 Pirate Baseball Banquet. Our keynote speakers are former ECU players Alec Burleson and Bryant Packard. We will have an auction through the Handbid app starting at noon on Saturday, February 6th and closing on Saturday, February 13th at 6 p.m. All proceeds from the banquet will go directly to ECU Baseball. Check ECU Baseball social media for the links and get your tickets today. We look forward to having you. Go Pirates!
How much does the word reliable mean? Sure, all businesses describe themselves as reliable, and we certainly wouldn't expect any business to be unreliable, but when you take a word like reliable and make it your way of life, the entire core of your business, it tends to mean a little more. And it's something you have to show people, not tell them. At Delcor, we show it by being there the same day you call. We show it by simply doing outstanding work with exceptional products, a family-oriented work ethic, and genuine caring for all of our neighbors throughout Eastern NC, because in a time of need, we know the first and the only thing you need is someone you can count on. That's why we only use equipment you can count on too, like a train comfort system. It's hard to stop a train. Delcor can have a new train comfort system installed in no time, or we can provide an AC tune-up to make sure your system is performing well. So will your system keep you cool all summer? Find out. Call us. We're Delcor, the service professionals. Reliable for over 4 decades. Visit DelcorInc.com today.
The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has $6 lunch specials, a $10 pizza of the week, and every Thursday has $2 drafts all day. Sunday brunch is the best for food and family. Come and enjoy favorites like shrimp and grits, made-to-order omelets, French toast, and drink specials like $3 mimosas, beer mimosas, or $5 Bloody Marys. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
This is Coach Blake Harrell, defensive coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville's new extended care clinic is now open Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. So you can avoid the emergency department for any of your urgent orthopedics care. For more information, call 757-2663 or visit orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East, providing services to Eastern North Carolina and the Pirate Nation for more than 35 years. And congratulations to Jeff Dover of Greenville, picked up a large 2-topping pizza courtesy of Domino's. Domino's of Greenville has 3 locations to take care of you. Every day, all 3-topping pizzas are only $7.99 each for carry-out only. And you can order online today at Domino's.com. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, thanks, Charlie Rhodes.
How's Jeff's brother Ben doing?
Hold on a minute. Let me get that for you.
Still plays.
Yeah.
Have you had any urgent needs lately?
Urgent.
It's urgent.
I was trying to say urgent and orthopedics at the same time.
Came out urgent.
It's like an old cartoon or something.
It's urgent.
Little Three Stooges, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's urgent. A little curly.
It happens. It's Monday.
You know we love you.
Yeah.
Thanks to Big A. Watkins. What a
great interview. Great interview.
And I got to tell you, I've seen his boats, by the way, down there with A. Watkins Marine. He's got some people buy boats here all the time, and he's dead serious. Like they'll deliver it, and they'll probably beat anybody on price around here.
Check it out.
You should.
All right.
Tell him you heard it on Pirate Radio.
There you go.
And Ed always gives ECU people probably discounts and stuff. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's worth it. It's worth checking out.
Troy, Super Bowl week.
Yeah, does it feel like Super Bowl week?
Yeah.
It does. It doesn't feel like Super Bowl week.
What does it feel like to you?
Well, because there's not the big media day or media night. Usually they turn that into an event. That would be going on tonight, I think.
Tonight, tomorrow, yeah. They did it. Yeah, they went into like prime time media
they made
day
it into a show.
Yeah.
It was almost too much, but
they're still doing all the interviews, like the car wash interviews on all the radio shows. They're just not live on Radio Row.
It's the virtual row.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I knew this would happen, and I even joked with Ellerbe earlier. Like, at what point is the NFL going to stop COVID testing or just not release the results?
Before the Super Bowl?
Yeah, because they want all the best players there.
Oh, yeah.
But the Chiefs have placed 2 players, DeMarcus Robinson and backup center Daniel Kilgore, on the reserve COVID-19 list. It says if they are officially designated as only close contacts, they could play in the game if they have 5 consecutive days of negative tests.
Yeah, and a reserve center is not going to be needed unless your center got injured.
And Robinson is one of their wide receivers. He had 45 catches on the year, so a piece on their offense, but not a huge star. But what if it is a huge star?
But those guys got to be pissed if they can't go out there because they're missing a Super Bowl experience, just being even on the sideline, and
Yeah, and again, like, these teams got to be freaking out right now about, all right, everybody just stay in your room.
I mean, seriously, don't talk to your family. Like, at this point, you have to self-isolate because it's a Super Bowl, and you can't risk getting it from anyone. I think if you're a player in this game, you literally just got to be by yourself right now.
You got to, if you want to play in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, if I popped hot, I'd be trying to pull a Nick Saban. Like, test me just endlessly until we get a negative.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much what he did when he got on his second hot test.
Yeah,
you got to test out of it, I guess, at that point.
That happened to Gail with CBS News. She had a positive, had no symptoms, and then they kept on retesting her, and all the next 5 were negative.
I have heard it happen to a quarterback that we know.
Yeah.
He was playing against a certain military academy.
Yeah, his name's Holt Nailers.
Holton Allers?
Yeah. So it does happen. False positive.
The false positive.
Can and do happen.
But anyway, Super Bowl week, Super Bowl 55. Troy D has the Bucks +3. I have the Chiefs -3.
I feel good about it. I feel even better than I did last week about it.
Good.
I was a little hesitant to take that bet at the time, but now I feel great about it.
All right. Excellent.
I heard my man, Eddie King.
Yep.
Feels pretty good about it too, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is he? What's his record?
He's a pro.
Okay.
He's ready to roll.
Okay. So what if Stu Feiner has the Chiefs?
I am waiting to get Stu's pick. Well, Stu give his pick, or he'll only want you to call.
Oh, you'll probably have to pay for this.
Yeah, he's not going to do a Super Bowl pick for free. I love Stu Feiner. What a goat.
It'll be on whatever Barstool Bet show they do this week.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
On the one that he does with Dave Portnoy and Dick Hat.
Which is fun. I like the clip. I usually watch the clip. I never watch the whole show. I just see their clips they put out.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny though.
I'm so jealous of the production on that. It's so good.
Well, they have a multi-million-dollar budget. It should be good.
The kid that edits that show,
it's funny. The backgrounds. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Stu Feiner is hilarious to me. I grew up watching Stu Feiner on, back when he was kind of an originator of the original, not bookie, but service, like to give you the picks.
A nationwide picks guy.
Yeah.
I remember those as a kid where you're like, they're yelling at you through their TV.
Yeah.
Call them now.
There were a lot of Stu Feiner impersonators.
Stone Cold Lock.
He's still doing it.
Yeah.
Like he is like the Ric Flair of picks.
He is elevated and now has a higher profile through his Barstool connection.
Yeah, great pickup by those guys.
Definitely.
Sure. Yeah.
Definitely. All right, so that's going on this week. ECU Hoops back in action on Wednesday, Troy, as they will take on the number 5 team in the country.
Houston, we have a problem.
We do. And we're playing Houston.
Yeah, and we're 0-12 combined right now.
Men's and women's.
Men's and women's 2021 have yet to win a game. I don't see it happening Wednesday.
Baseball can't get here soon enough.
We're getting ready to be 0-13. This has been a tough stretch. This is a tough stretch.
Tough stretch, man.
This is a tough leg, especially this year.
And especially Wednesday, as Houston is 15-1 on the year. Their lone loss,
boy,
I believe, came to Tulsa. And
what's the spread on that? We won't get it till tomorrow. Yeah,
I said 18.5. Ellerbe said 25 or something like that.
I'll split the difference. I'll go 22.
Okay, there you go. It's gonna be a large number. That is for sure. Because Houston is really, really good, and I mean it
could be a bloodbath.
They've had their ECU has pulled upsets over the years, Troy, with Cincinnati, with Temple, with SMU.
Yeah.
They hadn't beat Houston.
No, and I'd feel like, all right, if they had a packed crowd in there and they could feed off the enthusiasm, they might be able to keep it close for the first half. But with the dead atmosphere and nobody there, it doesn't help. Yeah. There's nothing to really rally the team. But I do feel that home court advantage. There's something to that, but there is no home court advantage.
Yeah, it would be nice to have a packed house, hopefully soon. And as Ed was saying, I wonder what the plans are. It's kind of case by case with NASCAR this year. I mean, down in Florida, they're going to be able to have fans, but when they go to certain places, who knows? But hopefully that'll open up by the middle of the season in NASCAR. Hopefully, Cliff Godwin optimistic that they'll have fans at Clark LeClaire during the regional. So who knows? Maybe things will change by then.
I hope so.
We shall see. All right, we got one more break to get in. We'll get that real quick, and we'll come back and wrap up today's edition of Pirate Radio Live. More to go when we return after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Happy New Year's from Brown & Wood. This month, get a 2020 GMC Sierra and save up to $5,500 off or $2,750 plus 0% for 72 months. And remember, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Your CBD store in Greenville has the highest quality CBD products in the country. Your CBD store is the first and only brand that carries USDA certified organic products such as gummies, honey sticks, and high absorption water soluble liquids, which are all made in the United States. They even offer products for your pet. The educated staff will help you answer any questions, and you can stop in anytime to get a free sample. Your CBD store, locally owned and operated, open Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, right beside Duck Donuts in Greenville.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
Introducing Tommy Club, the best car wash value anywhere. Starting at just $19.99 a month, you can wash your car as often as you like, and also take advantage of our express lanes exclusively for Tommy Club members. You can enjoy a gentle belt conveyor ride to a spot-free shine faster and as often as you like when you're a member of Tommy Club. Plus, our vacuums and mat washers are always free. We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Sam Jones, and we're open and here to serve you with some of the best whole hog barbecue, chicken, turkey, ribs, and homemade sides every day for lunch and dinner. There are 3 easy ways to enjoy Sam Jones barbecue. Swing by our drive-thru window or try one of our 2 curbside takeout options by calling in your order at 689-6997 or ordering online at samjonesbbq.com. We love Eastern North Carolina, and we invite you to come by and enjoy some great tasting Sam Jones barbecue today.
Let us help you get back to business.
This is Donald Stocks
and Justin Judge of PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
We're ready to assist your business with branded PPE. Would you like face masks with your logo? We can do that. Plus custom social distancing signage.
Now is the time to ramp up your marketing efforts. Whether it's cutting edge, contactless, touchless marketing, or traditional direct mail, we can do it all.
We are PIP of Eastern North Carolina.
Hey Eastern North Carolina, this is Miles Minges.
And this is Landon Minges with Minges Bottling Group. We are proud to announce that Pepsi is once again the official soft drink of the ECU Pirates. That's right, Miles. Our family's purple and gold roots run deep. From founding members of the Pirate Club, alumni, and even a team physician, our support over the last 60 years has never wavered. We are Pirates. We're excited to be back at ECU and are honored to serve our great customers throughout Eastern North Carolina. Not only is this the birthplace of Pepsi-Cola, this is our home. Cheers, Pirate Nation. I like the sound of that. Support local, drink local, stay safe, and drink Pepsi.
Hey, welcome to Jack Brown's.
Hey, can I get a cheeseburger and add lettuce and tomato?
No, we don't have it. You can get some macaroni and barbecue chips on it, though. Greg Brady style.
Or cream cheese and jalapeno jelly.
Cobra Kai. Or bacon, a fried egg, and some cheese. Chiplet.
Or just cheese, like a cheeseburger.
Cool. I'll take a Greg Brady with those new cheese fries you guys got.
Sounds good.
Oh, I forgot. Can I get us out of ranch?
No! Jack Brown's, 805 Dickinson Avenue, Greenville.
Pirate Radio.
The
voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss the show on Pirate Radio? Well, you can listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts. You can subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, coming up Tuesday on Pirate Radio Live, we'll talk to a former Pirate, now a graduate manager on the ECU baseball team, Turner Brown. Going to join us on the show. Looking forward to catching up with him and talking about his role on this 2021 ECU baseball team.
Yeah, good to have Turner back. It'll be good. Interesting to hear about his leadership role now.
Played a ton.
What's the official title?
It's a graduate manager. It's not a graduate assistant.
Right. It's like a step up.
It's, you got to be... I don't know how all the legalities work.
Yeah, but either way, it's good to have him be part of the team. And I got Coach Rick Smith makes his return, the professor of football. We'll talk a little Super Bowl. Coach Smith Thursday at 5 o'clock with us, Clip.
Looking forward to that.
It'll be fun. I tell you what, I'm ending the show in a much better mood than how we began this.
It's kind of how these things go. You come in here at 5, you're all depressed. Well, by the time you leave at 6.
I feel like we started the show kind of like the weather, kind of cloudy, rainy, gloomy, and we're ending the show kind of like sunny skies.
Yeah, but what happens when you walk outside and realize...
Well, then I get depressed again, but I feel good right now.
For the next few minutes, you're riding high.
It's a fake high, but it feels good.
On into Tuesday.
Great to hear from Big Ed.
That was fun. And Troy, next Thursday, we'll have our
big day
NASCAR fantasy draft live on the air.
I'm excited about that.
I am as well. I'm looking forward to it.
We're going to have some new twists and turns, folks, literally, with this.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah. And it's, it's something to look forward to every weekend.
Yes.
Even though we don't watch a lot of the races.
No, I will tell you this. Early on, I'm all in. Like, I get into it. Daytona.
For the first, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'll probably watch Bristol because of the dirt track. That'll be interesting. The first month, 2 months.
Yeah.
I really I would say February, March.
Well, it's a nice bridge to the summer, right?
Yeah. And then by the time April, kind of here and there, by the time May hits, I start to forget about it. I'm like, where's the race on again?
But it's still
there. And then
there.
I'm texting you Sunday night, who won?
It's still there every weekend.
But it is something to look forward to.
Yeah.
It's like buying a lotto, and you may not watch when they have the balls come down. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The ping pong balls. But you check your ticket in the morning, and it gives you something to look forward to, right?
There you go.
By the way, my lotto ticket, Paid off the Mega Millions, $6, buddy.
Nice.
So I did cash out on that bad boy at Food Line the other day.
Was it a net positive? How many?
In case you would listen to us on the press box,
yeah.
$6 cash out. Thank you. You're welcome.
How many tickets did you buy?
I only had one.
All right.
Oh, well, I had one ticket, but I invested. It was one sheet.
So it was not net positive.
No, I spent $20.
Okay.
Yeah. So technically, I think I bought 10 tickets.
Okay. Well,
10
good
lines.
for you.
Yeah.
You got 6 back.
Yeah.
That's great. All right, Troy, we'll see you Thursday with Coach Rick Smith.
It's a lot like what's going to happen to these people on Wall Street that bought high and are going to have to sell low.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Clip, good seeing you. Thanks to Glenn and Shirley, too.
We'll have a Big Dog Stocks update coming up on Tuesday. Shirley, Glenn, great job. We'll see you 3 o'clock Tuesday on an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio,